what happened last time? We returned from like a 6-month break. As the party didn't, though, they just resurrected a big old yak feller.
Without his clothes.
Hugh Jackman.
He was a Hugh Jackman. He was a huge yakman. And you resurrected Chief Kodo.
I hate this game.
Of the yak folk. Particularly the Earthshaker tribe, who had united all of the tribes. You learned of the nature of his demise, and you encountered the capturing of Orpheus Radamanthus, your purple tiefling companion, former villain, who had tried to steal the amulet that then turned into a horrible clay jar that trapped him in, where if his darkness got out of control, he would be devoured by an evil earth genie called the Tao. And you pleaded with them to at least give him a chance, and so they locked you in a small dark room with the strange incense burning. And as you all inhaled it, you weren't sure what was real and what wasn't, but you all had shared visions in the smoke. Visions from your past, visions from your future maybe. Visions for your goals.
I hope not.
And obviously with a little assistance from Sylvie or somebody else, who knows. And...
Oh, yeah.
and then a little bit of enhancing, some surprise business. You then, that experience, you connected with Orpheus a little bit more, and he was freed from the jar and returned to his normal size. You then met with Chief Kodo, who said he needed one more favor. He communed with the spirits, and he needed the outsiders to seek out his mount. And in order to do that, he needed to regain the blessing of Tamaka, the great two-headed condor wind spirit that had blessed him previously, had blessed the land. And it was on that quest you led him to Tamaka's lair with some assistance from Anulin guiding the way. And Tamaka arrived, and Chief Kodo was pleased that he was still worthy. He got the power of storm, the power of thunder, the power of lightning. And his great beast, Gulan, emerged, blue-scaled, and almost levitating, but very quickly moving because a massive beast. And you then all returned. The entire city cheered as the chief announced that tomorrow you all ride to war. And it was at that moment that Sylvie, you had reached into your pack, and you noticed, that Lumi hadn't been around in a while. And that you reached in your pack and you found something that hadn't been there before. It was a gross leather book with an eyeball in the center.
That's right.
And that's where we'll start today's session.
Can I just say one more announcement thing? I don't want to forget about it while we have everybody here. This pertains to the meetup. When you guys join us at the meetup, please make sure you tell us your handle, or we won't know who
name
you
tags.
are.
We should have name tags,
right?
I'll make some.
We'll make sure we have them, but we don't want to be in that awkward position of we don't know what you look like, and we really want to get to know you. So just make sure you tell us who you are when we see you, and we'll be very excited to meet you. Yes. That's it. I apologize for pausing the game.
No, that's absolutely excellent.
So that's
69.
It. We'll have name tags for everyone. You can put your handle right on them, your real name. I don't care. It'll be great.
Or both, whatever you want to do. We'll flavor it however you'd like. So, the rows and rows of yak folk riders on their great Manchu beasts, the massive lizards that can make the earth shake with every stomp, are cheering, and eventually the most noble, the most decorated of all of the warriors, great number of feathers and charms and beads all over their armor, ride up to Chief Kodo and surround him, and he rides and begin to ride alongside of him as he rides his great storm Manchu beast away, as he turns to you as the crowd is dying down a bit, going back to not about their business, not milling about, but going with purpose to the barracks, to the armory, to prepare for battle. And you hear the voice of Chief Kodo ring out. Outsiders, you have done well. Tonight, we feast. Tomorrow, we ride. Take the time you need.
Are we riding with you?
Of course. Can your mounts keep up?
Mine certainly can.
Well, Sir Frederick can keep up as long as we stop when he needs to poop. Also, I have this really creepy leather book with an eyeball on its teeth looking straight at you.
He's continuing to ride away. Well, bring it for show and tell at the feast after sunset. And he crashes with a crack of thunder. He cracks the reins, and a rumble billows out as he rides off towards this large central building.
Vanders, does this smell like human flesh?
Oh, why did I smell that? Human. I don't exactly know what human leather smells like.
It's looking at you.
Oh, that's unsettling, to say the least, I suppose.
You want to see something cool?
Sure.
I poke it in the eyeball.
Oh, God.
Look, it flinches.
Where did you find? Put that away. Put it away where you found it.
Okay.
I open up my bag and I put it in there.
No, put it where you found it.
Have you always had that?
No, I opened up my bag because I was going to lick my chicken foot, and I found it in there.
Don't lick the book. Whatever you do, don't lick the book.
Okay.
Sylvie.
I'm not gonna...
Sylvie.
I'm not gonna lick it.
Sylvie.
Oh no, look, there's something else in my bag.
Oh, gods.
It's not salty at all.
What if it's human flesh?
They're not using it anymore.
Oh.
Are you not the least bit concerned that you found a book in your pack?
Well, I was gonna tell you that I was concerned by it, but then Vandra suggested that I licked it, and I had to then.
Have you taken a look inside?
No, why would I?
Maybe someone lost it and their name is
Oh, do you think their
inside.
contact information, their email, phone number, and Twitter handles written on the inside?
On the inside cover, aye.
Oh, okay.
I'll pull it out.
Can you bend down?
Why?
Well, I gotta put it somewhere so I can open it. It weighs as much as I do.
I'll do this. This is all you're getting from
And I
me.
drop it onto his
As you
hand.
drop the book, could you please describe exactly what it looks like?
You already did.
Okay, so are there no additional flavor kernels that you wanted to add there?
It looks like the book from Hocus Pocus, but cooler.
Nice.
I mean, I didn't have time to think about it.
So
we'll come back to it.
It'll look even cooler next time we see it.
It'll look so cool next time.
It flops into Rodek's arm, and as it lands in your hands, Rodek, it is, for as strong as you are, it is absurdly heavy. And you almost feel like you should not be holding this. Despite your strength, Sylvie had just pulled it out and just chucked it into your arms easily.
You can carry this?
Yeah, I know. It weighs probably 5 pounds.
No, I shouldn't be holding this. Here, take it.
What's the matter, buddy? You struggling? You been eating your vegetables? What's going on there?
Well, I'd like to see you hold it.
No, I'm not touching that thing. And I
Don't
don't.
throw my book on the ground.
If you actually throw it at me, I remove my hand so it
I can
slams on the
still
ground. I don't know. I back away from it and I don't even touch it. No.
I'd like to see you try.
I don't know why you're so worried about this book. Anyway,
And I'm going to open it and see if there's anything inside.
You open it, and you see a puff of dust. You
smells
breathe
like
in,
toast.
and it's dust, but it doesn't smell like the kind of like old musty dust bunnies that you'd find in
I have a collection.
an old house. It's powdery, grainy bone dust, and you see that there is scrawlings in almost of a chicken scratch of thick black quill lines, or maybe quill or scratched into it with a talon covered in ink, and scratched into a language that I don't believe either of you speak, but very clearly to you, Sylvie, this is in Sylvan.
Oh, it's somebody who knows Sylvan. This is so great.
I actually might speak that, but I'm not going to.
And as it's hard for you to read there's in the back cover. You almost hear kind of like a wailing as you put your ear to it, but you're not sure if that's actually in your head or not. But you see that there is a short phrase written on the back cover, and it says, "To the Star Child, my maiden."
Well, someone was given this as a gift. Someone called Star-Lord. Sorry, my Sylvan's rusty. Star-Child.
Well, that's you.
What do you mean? My name's Sylvie.
Well,
God,
no,
he's
but
dumb.
you're the Star Child.
What do you mean?
Well, at least from what we understand, he's got a point. You might be this Star Child.
That's what your patron calls you. If you recall.
No, but I do know that I can read this book, and it was found in my things, so it must belong to me.
You're not worried even in the slightest that this might be some nefarious item? Even a little bit?
Avantris? No, I think that I'm going to write all of my stories in here.
Nope, that's good enough for me.
Oh, do you think if I write something in it and then I just leave it somewhere that someone will pick it up and they'll write in it and leave it somewhere for me to find and we could just write back and forth to each other like pen pals?
I think that if it's addressed to you, you should probably keep it safe in your possession.
It has an eyeball in it, for Moradin's sake. They're going to use it?
That too.
Yeah.
The eyeball's really unsettling. I feel like it can look at me even though it's open and staring at the ground.
Yeah, if you poke it, it's gonna flinch, and then it'll tear up a little bit.
Please don't. No more.
Watch.
Poke in the eye again.
It flinches.
You know-
and it's like moist slicking sound when she presses
You
it.
know, if it had a mouth, my book would scream.
May I examine for a wee bit?
Oh yeah, please.
You know, we've seen some fucked up things in our time, but this is unsettling.
I want to take 11 minutes and cast Identify on it. See if it's cursed.
Read the description for me, please.
I know it tells you if it's cursed or not, but that's my main goal. I learn if any spells are afflicting it. I learn... let me pull it up here. I think it's always prepared. Identify. If it is a magic item or some other magic impute object, I learn its properties, how to use them, whether it requires attunement, how many charges it has, if any, whether any spells are affecting the item, what they are. If an item was created by a spell, I learn which spell created it.
What's the school of magic that that Identify is?
Good question. Divination.
Okay.
Of course.
You see Rodek as all of the Yak folk are kind of going about preparing for war, but you also see as they're preparing feasts, you see that they're bringing in a huge, bountiful harvest from their cliff top pat plots. Great vegetables and fruits, and you see them bringing in game, large wild boar, and Vanders, you actually look over and you see an axe beak freshly slain, plucked. It's not Piccolo. No red feathers to be
That
seen.
you're aware
seeming
of.
to be gray feathered, as they're all going about to this large central building that seems to have multiple floors. And Rodek, you channel the power of Moradin, and as you place your hand over it, you hear the clang of a hammer on an anvil, and your eyes flash, and suddenly you hear a faint snickering in your ears. It sounds feminine and old, a voice you heard before. And suddenly your mind is racked with searing pain as you take...
Holy fuck!
43 points of psychic damage.
Drop the book.
Are you alright? Are you alright?
Oh, God.
Oh no,
Easy.
did my book bite you? Oh no, you dropped my book, you jerk!
Take your cursed book.
Holy shit, are you alright?
Yeah.
What did you do to it?
What the fuck was that?
I don't know, it just started screaming like a loser.
Yeah. It tore into my mind. I hated her.
Why?
Your patron.
Why did what? Why? Why did she talk to you, not me?
She was laughing at
What were
me.
you doing to my book, Rodek?
I was learning about it.
Were you trying to use the magic on my book?
No, I wasn't trying to use the magic. I was trying to learn about the
No,
magic.
we're
in the
trying
book.
to use your magic on my magic.
Yeah, you saw my hands glowing.
I just thought you did that when you were tired.
All right. Now, I don't want to get between any of this, but I'm a little concerned because if anybody recalls, this kind of reminded me of that time that I convinced poor sick and wounded Dobro to pick up that horrible heart.
Do you mean after I killed Lumi by forcing her to touch it first and she died immediately, but I heard what it said?
Yes, exactly.
I wonder if that's why she hasn't come back.
Do you think that these are related? These items are related? That horrible heart.
Do you think
and
this is the eyeball that belongs to that heart?
I would be very, very concerned if that was the case.
I flip the book around because it's upside down.
Blink twice if you're the eyeball that belongs to that heart.
It stares unblinking, kind of tilts a little bit off to the side.
Wait, you can ask it questions and it's sentient. It understands what you're saying.
How am I supposed to know?
I don't know. Ask it a question, it can probably answer. Can you blink for me? Okay, there's no way this thing's sentient.
You know, to be fair though, I think the reason it can't blink is it doesn't have any eyelid skin. So maybe the next time we find some just rogue skin, you know what I mean.
Please, be sensitive.
We could just cut it off and stitch it on there and give it an eyelid.
Rodek, I'm concerned.
Does it have a mouth?
Does what have a mouth?
My book? Did it bite you?
No, it didn't bite me.
That's unfortunate.
You look around this mouth and you see that it's a large leatherback tome, and there's a leather clasp that seems to be able to be locked to keep it nice and tight. And you see on this around the rim, embedded are small teeth.
Iron teeth. Look, there are teeth on my book.
So it has a mouth.
I really like this book.
Can you use it? Do you know what it does?
No. Well, I'm assuming, since most of the pages are blank, that I would write in it. Oh, do you want to write in it? Do you want to put your name in here?
Do not.
No.
Are you sure?
What would I gain from doing that?
You would have autographed my book.
Until we learn more about it, it just almost liquefied my brain.
Well, to be fair, you were using your magics on it. I would liquefy your brain too if you tried to use your magics on me.
Perhaps it was some kind of self-defense. I don't know. I didn't get any school magic or anything. It just fucked with me. It obliterated
It seems as if, like, when you tried to use divination magic, it fucked your brain.
I'm at a loss. For once, I have nothing to say.
What have you lost?
My speech, I suppose. I don't even know what to say about this. This is unsettling. I'm worried. I'm worried about you, Sylvie.
But I really like it, so I'm just gonna keep it.
It is addressed to you.
I'm gonna write in it.
And so I open it and I write,
Hello, my name's Sylvie and you are in my new book. If you can do anything cool, then do it right now.
You take a quill and ink and you scratch that out, and it seeps into the parchment and crackles, almost kind of the edges wrinkling as you write, and then it almost singes in, and you wait. Nothing happens unless there's a feature that I'm unaware of.
Nope.
And nothing happens that you notice. As you do, however, when you flip through the book,
yeah,
you notice that most of the pages are blank. But there is a section of the book that seems to have ancient incantations, spells, rituals, the step-by-step process. That's probably about a big, probably half of the book. Is a number of rituals and powerful magics, and all seem to be of a hag origin.
Well, I now have a book of recipes.
Recipes for what?
Well, here I can create a bunch of scarecrow alarms. So I basically just need some... Oh, I've got all this stuff.
and I pull out some sticks and some twine and some other random things, and I start building about 5 scarecrows, and then I just start chanting in Sylvan.
7 words, 7 words. No. Rodek is not allowed.
And as I put it towards you, it starts screaming.
Oh, Rodek's allowed. Rodek's allowed.
Oh.
See, but now I can put them all around me, and anyone who's not you, any, they would scream.
I don't like this. This is far too reminiscent of the the coven.
Well, no, hold on.
Now they're dead.
Oh,
They shrivel.
it could be
Nothing.
useful for protection.
Those damn scarecrows. You're not going to tell me that you're just okay with that all of
Well,
a sudden?
that's what it says, is that you have to make screaming scarecrows.
He says you have to.
Oh, yeah.
I'm worried about
For
you.
protection.
I'm very worried about you.
How come?
I just don't like where this is going. This is more than my normal distrust of magic. I after everything that we've seen and dealt with in the Coven of Whisperers and all of that, this is just a little too close.
So now that Titania's not my patron, you don't like me anymore?
No, that's why I'm worried. I like you very, very much. And if anything were to happen to you, I would be very upset.
Well, I can take care of myself because if anything were to go wrong, then I would handle it.
I trust you.
Look, I'm sure that it's fine. You know, I'm sure it happens all the time where someone reaches into their bag and they find a leather-bound tome with a wiggling eyeball and a bunch of cryptic writing in it and spells on how to make scarecrows that'll scream if people get near you.
Can it tell you how to do anything else?
I don't know. I think I probably have to spend some time with it. I did literally just pull it out of my bag, you know. You're asking me all kinds of questions about a thing I've barely looked at.
Just be careful. Perhaps it's a great gift, and Baba
But if it
Yaga's...
truly is from my patron, you know, she's not gonna want to kill me or she would have done it already.
I know. She could have killed all of us. She's helped us greatly. And I'm not saying
And she
that she
probably
means
didn't
us
like
ill.
that you were trying to pry into her gifts. Why should you know more
perhaps-
about her gift to me than I know about her gift to me? Rude.
I just want to make sure it's not cursed. That's all.
I could have told you I wasn't cursed.
This is why us mortals shouldn't mess with the affairs of gods and things. Unbelievable.
Well, with that, I want to go eat some of the food that's in there.
Fair enough. I'm a little famished.
What time is it?
It's like approaching sunset as you see that the huge mesas and cliffs and the mountains around you are painted in the beautiful oranges and golds and purples and pinks of sunset. As it's hard to believe that the drums of war that are echoing all around you and the stomping of reptilian feet and the clanging of of metal in preparation for battle is a reality. It's the nature around you seems serene, pristine, almost blessed by the land itself and by the land and the spirits. And but however, all around you, you just see determined faces as these yak folk, now covered in war paint, are preparing for some kind of ceremonial feast.
Well, we don't normally get any kind of rest, so I suppose this little bit of respite might be nice.
A feast would be nice.
Yeah. Do you think they have... What do books eat?
I mean, it appears to have some sort of teeth, but maybe you don't want to get, like, food and stuff in the pages.
I do.
It might be for decoration, more like to look
What
cool.
if Baba
What?
Yaga's
You mean, I'm
upset?
talking about the teeth, I'm talking about the pages. I'm pretty sure they're hungry.
You do what you will.
Thanks.
Let's find some food.
Yep.
Fair enough.
We'll walk to the...
I'm gonna go towards where we saw the chieftain ride. the big
So
building.
you make your way back to the large central structure. You realize that there are 4 primary tiers of this massive wooden building that's carved into what looks like a great yak, but also with wings and feathers and lightning bolts and storm clouds. As you enter, you go back into that same room that you had met Spirit Watcher Martu, and you see Orpheus sitting on the ground, cross-legged, poking around in the dirt of the floor as he sees you enter, and you see Martu just like staring at him. And Orpheus says, "Oh, I thought you would never get back. We were just hanging out there and having a conversation without me."
For what it's worth, when this is all over, nothing's stopping me from still turning you in alive for lots of money. Keep that in mind, please.
I think both of us know you're not going to do that, Vanny Poo.
Try me.
Either way, we don't know you a conversation.
But this old yak man, no offense, Martu, is not a great conversationalist. That is true. I am more of a prayer, not a talker.
Would it hurt you for once to just sit there quietly?
Yes, It's very painful.
Orpheus, do you know what books eat?
What books eat?
Yes. If you're gonna feed a book, what would you get for it?
Is this some, like, strange riddle or metaphor?
I've got an idea. If you can still maybe do any magic at all, do you want to maybe try to identify what the strange book is?
What book?
Do you want to show
The one in
him?
my hands.
Oh, your
The one
kid.
made of skin and eyeball.
And
teeth.
immediately, Spirit Walker Martu pulls out like a strange kind of wooden fetish that has feathers and bones, and he shakes it. What is this darkness?
No, everything is fine. I didn't mean you. I meant for Orpheus to maybe take a really close look at it, poke it a little.
Yeah, old man.
And pry
Why
into
do
it.
you have so many fetishes, creep?
It is how I commune with the ancestors.
Do you know what a book eats?
A book? We prefer spreading our knowledge and wisdom through spoken word and song.
Then no wonder you're so terrified of a book. You've never seen one before.
And for what it's worth, we wouldn't bring anything dark or evil knowingly onto your lands to intrude upon your rituals and the like.
Except for this one, and he points at Orpheus. Well, here's your responsibility now. I will prepare for the feast and the blessing of the meal. And he rights himself and he shambles off. And despite him being a much older yak folk, he still is considerably larger than any of you. And he makes his way off, and you are all left alone in this chamber. You see that the large wooden totem that had held that medallion is barren. He seems to have held on to the artifact himself, or someone has it. As Orpheus is now just with the four of you, and he says, "That guy is very all about his spirits. I just don't understand. I mean, I guess we did see all of that stuff and turned me not into Dow food.
So how about the book?
The book?
Sylvie, do you think that maybe Orpheus should poke at it a little too hard and dive in a little too deep
Do
and
you
see what
want to
happens?
poke its eyeball and see what happens? It can't blink because it has no eyeball flesh.
And if you've got any magic left in you deep, deep down inside, now is the time to give it a try. Really concentrate on that book for me.
Aren't you the guy that's all about me not having my powers?
Well, I figured if you got any little shred left, I believe in you. I slap him on the back. Concentrate real hard for me.
He steps forward. Well, that's not pleasant, is it?
Oh, I think it's beautiful.
Well, whoever this person is doesn't really have any sense of style.
Excuse me, this is my book.
It was your book.
Yeah.
Why, it's not pink and glittery.
Well, because he found it in my bag next to my old chicken foot.
Oh. He looks at both of you knowingly. And you want me to mess with that business?
Well, I mean,
Are you trying to kill me?
if you're not scared.
Are you willing to part with the knowledge of secret tunnel?
Do you
Kill
wanna-
is a
Do you
strong
want to
word.
write your name in the back on this one page right here?
Oh, yes, please
Here's
write
my
in it.
quill.
That would be fantastic.
Please?
He steps forward and he takes a look at it. May I?
Yeah.
And he puts his hand over the book and swirls it around.
Oh, dear God, am I really going to let him die here?
He can't do anything.
He snaps.
He's impotent.
Well, it was worth a shot.
Well, I almost would have been happy with him getting the powers back just for that moment.
Will you write your name in the back for me?
Yeah, sure, why not? And he, with a flourish, you see in elegant cursive, Orpheus Radamanthus is scrolled out, almost covering the entire page.
Hey, you want to see something cool?
Yes, what did I just kill myself?
Yep. And I flip to the middle of the book to an empty page.
Watch. Orpheus, you're a doofus. You can respond to this message.
And the ink sinks into the pages.
What did you just do?
Say something back, say something back.
What did you just do?
And you see on the page the ink reappear in the words, "What did you just do?" in Orpheus's handwriting.
Holy crap!
Yes! That is so cool. So as we were walking, I heard whispers from the book. And it said, you can do this, and you can do that, and you can do this, and you can do that.
Full disclosure, as I turned to Orpheus, Rodek was doubled over in pain, and I was hoping the same thing would happen to you.
It would have killed him.
It might have. I mean, you're a tough son of a bitch, and
Do you
you're all
want
right.
to write your names in it? Because I had him put his on the least important of the pages.
Excuse me.
What?
Least important? Come on, at least like the middle of the pack.
No, it's absolutely the least important
Well,
of all the
that's
pages.
wonderful, thank you.
But I could do that with you, and then we could communicate in our minds as much as we want all the time, forever.
As much as that...
But outside of that, if I put your name on another page, or if you put your name on the other page because I give you permission, it only works if I give you permission, because it's my book, not your book, then if something ever to kill you, it doesn't matter where you are. Instead of dying, you just have 1 health point instead. If we could quantify our health based on numbers.
Well, I don't want to die. Ever.
It can save our lives.
Yeah, but only up to so many people as I am charming and charismatic.
I'm concerned about whatever side effects there might be. But life is something that I value very highly. I'm not so sure what made we have the Rocky Talkies. I mean, there's no reason why we can't use them instead. The death thing is nice.
Because you don't have to say it with your vocal words. You only have to mind spell it out to me.
And even someone like me could do that.
Yeah. Someone like Orpheus could do it.
Well, I mean, he had immense amounts of magic. It wouldn't surprise me if he had something latent still laying there.
He has none.
Well,
let's skip this part.
But no, you kind of have some because you can communicate with me telepathically now.
do you have to initiate?
I have to give you permission to write in my book.
That's it.
That's it.
So hold on 1 second. And he will attempt to think at the book of, is this thing on? Check 1 2 1 2.
What?
I don't know. It got weirdly silent all of a sudden. I was just trying to fill the dead air. I got nervous. I got awkward. I apologize.
I don't know why Orpheus is doing this thing.
Well, I didn't want to bring attention to it.
Did it
It's
work?
bizarre and weird.
What?
Did your book?
Oh, no, I have to talk to you first.
Oh, got it. Okay. Very great.
All right, there we
I
go.
thought I had some sort of
So here's the thing. You already own my left arm. We've gone beyond that. We understand that. We have an appreciation, a mutual agreement. I'm worried that you might own more if I sign your book.
No.
Will Baba Yaga own me in some way?
No, why? I'm the one giving you permission to write my book, not Baba Yaga.
Because we just don't know much about it, and it makes me a little wary.
Okay, if you would rather die, that's fine.
I don't want to die. I've already told you, stab me with that horrible chicken foot if it comes to it.
Well,
Stab me a million times
I
over.
have only a small pool of charisma that I can use to house people in my book, of which I have not given a name yet, but I will do so at a later date. And if you don't want your name in there, then I'll put whoever that one is over there, that weird yak guy.
Now,
I'll
don't
put his name in
be
there.
so
instead.
hasty. Don't be so hasty.
That yak guy gets Vandris' spot.
Of course.
What spot?
Do you want to die?
Death and glorious combat would be glorious.
If you put pen to that paper, I will kill you.
Pen?
Well, if he puts pen to that paper, you can't kill him. Joke's on you, Vandris.
Touche. Give me the damn book. And I reach for whatever quill or whatever you have. And I'm like, son of a bitch. And I sign real quick on whatever page you point to. Ha! Done.
Awesome.
Damn it! What have I done?
Do you feel any different?
I don't know. Oh, you tricked me.
Guess what? You don't feel any different.
Damn it! I point to the yak. Well, this is your fault. And then I point to Orpheus, and somehow this is your fault too.
And you see the yak look at Orpheus, and Orpheus like,
What did we do?
Damn it!
Get out of here!
Damn it to the 9 hells! What have I done? Sign the book.
I can't spell
You
my
can't leave me
name.
alone. Sign the damn book.
Calm down, lad. It's just a book.
Do you want to sign
You've
it?
melted my brain, but I think she has the best intentions.
Oh, I definitely do. Stop licking my book pages, you dwarf thing! I already put it on the... Give it back. Oh. There it is.
Is my signature on that page? Is that where I'm at?
Yeah, you can see it right there. You're looking at it with your own eyes.
Okay, all right. Sign it quickly. Make sure it's your real name. Don't you fuck with me.
I'll just take some time to, spell out in my kind of almost runic handwriting, Rhodex Stonehearth.
Do you feel any different?
No.
Well, you should, because now your lives are tied together forever.
Fine.
If you take any damage, Vandris will take it double. And if Vandris takes any damage, you will take it double.
Fine by me.
Every single night at exactly midnight, your penis will fall off.
As long as I'm not the only one who has to suffer through that, I'm fine with it.
Are you seriously fine with it?
I know, but I'm looking for the bright side of things. The silver lining. What a horrible thing.
That's not a bright side. More
Damn it.
penis falling off is not a better thing.
I signed that stupid book in a fit of rage.
I'm kidding, though, because that's not what's going to happen. All that will happen is if someone means to does you harm and they hurt you in a way that you will fall and die, you won't now.
Forever.
Well, until you fall and die, and then I'll have to have you write your name in my book again.
Is that how it works?
Yeah,
Well, I suppose at the worst case
there are
scenario,
some stipulations.
she can't
like-
collect on our souls more than once, right? I mean, what's done is done. I can sign the book as much as I like now.
Well, the whole point is that we don't die. There's no souls to trade.
Yeah.
Fair. I mean, that devil contract we read was pretty long, and I'm pretty sure there was some stuff in there about soul trading and whatnot. Look, I'm not one to read the small print, if you know what I'm saying. It's fine. There's no way this can bite us in the ass.
No.
Probably not, no.
Is there any stew?
I'll just turn to the yak friend.
You see the same one is just staring at you. I didn't leave. It was nice to be included.
Do you want to write your name in my book?
I don't know how to spell my name.
Okay.
Oh.
I feel really uncomfortable with that.
He walks off.
All right. Sure.
So,
Well, it appears we've reached an impasse. Who would like to eat?
This is a whole new level of commitment.
My name's in a book with an eyeball.
and
So is
human
mine.
flesh. And teeth!
I hope it's not human flesh. I really hope.
Well, it's some kind of flesh.
It is definitely some kind of flesh, and it's all stitched together, but at least the stitches are nice.
Oh, well, I could probably deduce that.
Oh, please! See, it's not heavy for him either.
Wait, really? You need to eat more vegetables, my friend.
Is that awfully heavy, or is it just like a regular book?
It's pretty heavy.
Give it here.
He hands it to you, and you feel its incredible weight.
See, he's like physically struggling to pick it up.
It's
But
heavy.
Orpheus didn't have trouble. I mean, right? Like, Orpheus was acting normal.
Yeah.
He's obviously exerting himself.
Yeah.
Why don't you try?
I suppose I've already signed it. I hold my hands out.
You hold your hands out, and it drops into your hands, and it's not light.
Well, I mean, it has a bit of heft, if you will, but I'm certainly not sweating. You're glistening, my friend. You look ravishing.
Are you playing some kind of trick on me?
I wouldn't put it past her.
No, but I'm really upset I didn't think about it.
Sylvie, may I hand this back to you?
No to Orpheus, though, because he's going to check and see if it's human skin you're holding right now.
Of course. And I flip the book around and I hand it to him without issue.
He looks at it. This is pretty heavy, Rhoda. Don't beat yourself up.
And he has no magic power.
Look how scrawny he is.
Yep.
I was just generally charismatic. I never needed brawn to get anything that I wanted in life. Yeah, no, this is definitely it's definitely not animal leather. Probably humanoid. Maybe fae. Enjoy.
Thanks. So, now that we've all touched some kind of humanoid skin and a rotating eyeball, do you guys want to have dinner?
Yes.
Is there any stew? That yak folks still there?
Excuse me.
Friend, are you all right?
There's always stew. Starting soon.
Do you have allergies?
Yes. I'm allergic to potential new friends.
And he walks away.
What in the hells was that all about?
I think I think he was afraid that he was going to have to be an NPC long term, and when he was almost killed off in glorious battle, the cleric would save his life, and he'd be stuck with us for at least 7 sessions.
Huh.
Oh, yes. I mean, yes.
Get out of here, Swordback!
Oh. Oh, this is very meta. So he walks off, and you hear the floor above you. There's a lot of stomping around. There's the clanging of plates, of pots, of pottery, of dragging of wood, as if a massive feast is being set up above you. You hear voices roaring out, despite this quiet place, almost eerily, supernaturally quiet in this chamber that you're in, this spiritual place. You're still able to hear the ruckus from upstairs.
Shall we join the feast?
Well, yes, yeah, absolutely. I'm famished, but I suppose we have a lot to talk about over dinner. I mean, the day is upon us. What comes tomorrow when they charge the mountain and we sneak in? Do we leave them hanging out to dry like that? I'm not sure. I'm feeling it.
Orpheus, how far is the tunnel?
The tunnel? Well, the tunnel, if I have to guess... Here, where's the map? Do I have the map?
Yeah.
I know I had it.
Oh, thank you.
I would say we do this all while we head up to dinner.
You guys are all heading up. You're passing yak folk. You see one is carrying a large pot of stew. It smells delightful.
I pointed out to Rowan. And I'm done. Thank you.
Huge
guys next week.
pots of wine and other alcohols. As Orpheus is looking at it, well, depending on how fast we ride, we may be able to get to the valley beneath Svarog by the end of the day.
It's that close.
We have to ride very quickly, but I've seen these Manchu beasts.
There's certainly no issue for Piccolo.
He holds it back.
Speed is not the problem here.
Or for Wendell.
Well, we'll have to keep up a nice clip there. They may beat us, but it should be the end of another day's ride. We're close. Maybe 2.
What are you gonna do without having a horse?
Where's Lord Frederick?
Oh, because you were an asshole and got yourself stuck in that jar when we told you to be good. We told him to chop him up and put him in the stew.
You did not.
Of course we did.
Did we?
I am remaining completely neutral. I'm kind of looking at Orpheus with kind of like a sad knowing, like, I'm sorry look. And I say nothing.
Yeah, and they need to hide things now for people like you, and so they're going to use them to make sovereign glue.
He's too glorious to be delicious. I must stop them. And he starts sprinting off into the direction of the kitchen.
They're going to be really confused when they get to the kitchen.
No,
He's gonna ruin everything.
Let him be. It's
They're gonna chop his
fine.
head off.
We have other things to discuss.
I open my book and I take out my quill. Orpheus.
Orpheus, you're a dumb butt face. Of course I didn't do that. Sir Frederick's with Wendell. Dumb butt face.
Sylvie.
Oh,
You
P.S.
wait.
You may respond to this message.
And thank you, Carter 2000, and flipping the table.
The table, thank you.
Thank you for following
Welcome,
me.
A
welcome.
bit as you continue to make your way through this narrow passage, and or not narrow for these yak folk, but quite spacious for you. As you hear, oh thank God! You hear the clipping of his nice boots as he makes his way down. He actually looks a little afraid, as if he was genuinely concerned. Maybe it'll take another 2 days. I may be ambitious, but
if you ever pull that crap again, we will turn Sir Frederick or Lord Frederick or whatever into glue.
For what it's worth, the bottom line is here that we need to, neither would I don't have the heart.
I know.
The bottom line is here that we need to keep in mind what we're here for. I don't want to send these yak folk into battle on our behalf and not work with them, but we're here for a very specific reason. That's to save Annulin's mother. So maybe we use that opportunity as a distraction moment to slip in.
that was going to be my suggestion. The tunnel, if it's still there, hopefully they haven't found it, but fire giants have a very convenient attitude. They never expect infiltrators. That's why I thought I could...
How come they don't?
Because they're...
Classic overconfidence.
They think that that's just vermin. They don't care.
Arrogant.
They're arrogant. They don't care. They think that the only way that anyone is going to see their get and penetrate their great volcano cities and fortresses is through battle and sieging. They don't care for the vermin that sneak in.
Well, then I just want to make sure we set expectations and we talk to the chief and make sure he knows that we're not going to be standing side by side with him come the day of battle. As much as it dismays me, we need to do what we're here to do. And I hope he'll understand that.
And the dwarves are coming too. With
That's
their
true.
muskox.
Teeth.
That's true, and the cult apparently is coming too.
Well, I wouldn't count on them. Maybe they will.
Well, of course they'll come.
Yeah, we weren't very clear about what we wanted them to do besides
Well, so
run north.
what I figure we would do is that as we got closer, I would just turn him into Vandicon again, and he'd yell for them.
That might blow our surprise of slipping into the stronghold.
I'm saying during the battle.
Well, we're not going to take part in the battle.
As much as I would like to, I don't want to. I need to be with all of you. I would hope. You're not leaving me behind, right?
Our skills are better suited to more dangerous threats than a battlefield.
I know.
I would
Wouldn't
agree.
you say?
That's why
I'm
we're
not
tricking all those
arguing
dwarves.
about that.
No, it's not a trick.
I'm
We're going
just
to get-
saying that we told them that we had an entire army of fire newts. And if we're not actually gonna deliver fire newts, then that makes us really bad people.
I think they'll show. I believe they'll show up. Even if they don't know what they're doing, they're going to lay waste to the fire giants the best that they know how. And that's all that matters.
I sure hope so, but if they don't, you're a shitlord.
Touche? I just kind of look at Orpheus,
I think that, all we need, I guess we probably need them to distract them for a long time. Thank you so much for the host.
Thank you for the host
Really
over the
appreciate
table.
it
Thank
for
you.
the table. We're going to need a bit of time. I will be honest. I know there is a secret time.
Wait, what? You honest?
And this is as honest as I am able.
That wasn't funny, because it's actually true.
Oh. Yes. Well, I am going to be honest. I didn't make it all the way through. It was an ancient red dragonborn tunnel back before the people were wiped out in the Great Betrayal. But I believe it will exit somewhere in Svarog.
As long as it gets us inside, that's all that matters.
I was a little nervous about hellhounds. I will be frank. Because
What's a hellhound?
the hellhound?
Hell hath no hounds like a hound of hell. So,
Those are words, for sure.
I've
That's
heard that saying before, I think.
they are rough customers. They are fiendish hounds, that hence the name. That are at home at the elemental plane of fire, beings of fire and magma and bone, and it's really terrible.
Can
And
we
they have great
dispatch them?
Well, you guys should be fine.
Well,
You
then
must
I'm not
understand,
worried about
I had run out of all of my my TAs at that point through various accidents and other.
You
you
sent the
know-
poor people looking for college credit to die.
did you know
Yes, of course I did.
that TA means tits and ass?
Isn't that TNA?
Well, it depends on who you ask now, isn't it?
I feel as though we're getting a little off topic.
I suppose so.
Aside from the despicable act of sending innocent people to die for college credit,
That was a long time ago.
agreed.
We need to talk about the now, and I believe that if you were stopped by hellhounds, we'll be fine.
That's the worst we're going to
Dispatching
encounter.
a few pups.
Yeah, because you have to also understand that you were stopped by hellhounds when you were much more weak, and we kind of kicked your ass in hard ages ago.
It's a long time ago. We're very powerful compared to
You
what
keep
we
saying
were.
that, yes.
I have a
Hey.
book made of skin, teeth, and an eyeball now.
I saw it.
We literally have yet to find anything that can kill us.
I can do this! And my eyes will and my voice will boom.
You hear a loud crashing of clay as a female yak as she drops like a huge clay pot and rolls everywhere, rolling down the stairs.
I teleport behind Orpheus and whisper in his ear, "Nothing personnel, Orpheus."
Now, the tunnel, I believe, is on the southeast side of the volcano. The gates are more towards the western variety. If we can convince our meat shields friends,
Do not call them that.
friends to lure them out, then perhaps, if, for as long as they can, perhaps we may stand a chance.
These are not just decoys. They're not a distraction, which is why I said I wasn't comfortable with it in the first place. These people are risking their lives to fight for something that we all believe in.
Fair.
All right?
Fair. Vengeance.
It's true of the yak folk, it's true of the dwarves, it's true of even the newt things.
No, I might not go that far, but the point is that we're all working together for a common goal.
Fire newts.
Fire newts. They're all going to do a great good by killing fire giants
Do
in
you
the field.
think that we could just call them foots?
That might get confusing.
A foot? Why would we call them a foot?
No, not foot.
There it is.
Foots.
That's why it's
Foot.
confusing. Right
Fire
there. Here we
newts.
go. We're doing this.
Foots.
All right.
There's a fire
well,
newt.
I begin to sip at my stew while they go back and forth for 40 minutes.
So you all talk, do this for a while. You arrive at the at a massive banquet hall that is even larger than the chamber that was the large spiritual chamber beneath you. And you see that there are rows and rows of huge tables filled with just a lavish feast, roasted beast and bird. Everything from the land has been harvested respectfully and prepared and put on these bountiful tables. And you see that there is a large head table where you see Martu, the spirit walker, sitting and he's resting. And you see that there are four smaller seats at the on either two on either side of a large, massive, beautifully carved chair. Carved with the head of a Manchu beast, and on either side of this, almost like a wooden throne, are two heads of a condor, not unlike Tamaka. And you see that it's empty as a number of yak folk are settling down, and you hear a booming voice as you enter the room, and he says, outsiders! And immediately you all see Chief Kodo. He is he's still in his leather armor, his Manchu leather armor, and he still wields his spear. And it's still kind of crackling and wisping with that almost rumbling thunder that is eternally on that spear now that he's been blessed by Tamako. As he extends a huge hand out. You are about to experience the greatest feast in the entire Smolder Peak Valley.
Well, I like the sound of that. I mean, that's
Maggie
nice.
has pretty good food.
The dwarves? They think that they can feast better than the yak folk. They are wrong.
I'd like to be proven wrong. Let's see what you've got.
It's also been a while. I was just happy for the graciousness, but all right, here we go.
It's customary before a feast for you to lick this chicken leg.
Sylvie, don't press your luck here.
What? The dwarf king licked the chicken leg. He wasn't afraid of it.
Don't, oh dear
That's true. The dwarf king gained great honor licking this chicken fish.
It's salty, but not too salty.
That is far too small for me to lick.
Well, you'll get some of
I have a
mine.
preference.
You cut me off. I was talking.
He's a huge yak man.
I can barely hear you.
Lick the chicken leg!
Oh, all right, listen. I know you're a very powerful person, but perhaps maybe you should do this right now.
Make an intimidation check.
You will like this chicken leg. Michael, you will.
Michael.
You said what? Intimidation? 21.
He stops.
I do not understand small folk.
And this gross, bumpy yak tongue emerges and is.
Oh dear God, she's gonna lick it again. You know that's gonna happen. She's gonna lick it after.
This is what she does.
Salty.
And he hands
I
it back.
told you.
I have a meta question.
Yes.
So I know that the Svarog mountain range is where we're headed. This entire, like, if you picture the map you first showed us with like the different areas, what is the entire region called?
That's the Smolder Peak Valley.
Smolder Peak
So
Valley.
Svarog is there's a massive volcano.
Perfect.
That is where the city is built into the volcano, and then the mountains that are surrounding it. It's a sprawling fire giant city, it's the biggest on the continent.
Chief, excuse me if I'm overstepping my bounds here.
Oh, I must show you something before we eat.
Well, as long as I have the opportunity to ask some
Walk and talk with me.
No, please go ahead. Sure, of course. After you, I know I insist.
Well, let's go.
And he leads you out to a large archway. As the feast is almost done being set, most of the warriors have all entered this room and have sat down. They are not touching their food.
Did you say archway or archway?
Archway.
Okay.
Watch your head. Oh, I guess you don't have to.
And he ducks as he steps through.
What were you saying?
Oh, well, I was just saying that we've kind of done a little bit of a culinary tour around the Smolder Peak Valley. We've seen what the dwarves had to offer, and we're very excited to see what you have to offer tonight. There wouldn't be any chance that you might have some over-the-top powerful booze and a wall of people who are particularly large boys who might sit upon it for consuming such alcohol. I'm well known in the dwarven world.
I've said a lot of weird shit, but none quite as weird as that sentence.
Well, with the context of the wall of big boys, which I'm on, by the way, the dwarves know me well. Avantris True Strike, you'll see me. There's a beautiful little wooden... The point is, I'd like to earn my place here as well.
That's what you were talking about.
Hey, he's a very big lad.
Are you referring to the Shrine of Respectable Calves?
Oh, that's a thing.
Of course.
What do I have to do to be on it?
Fucking Mike! The shrine of...
You mean to tell me that not only will I be immortalized...
You pulled that out of your ass.
Will I be immortalized in the Dwarven Kingdom? I could be immortalized here, amongst your people.
In a shrine, with all the great feasters.
Will they carve my face in stone?
Fucking...
No, they will create a doll.
An effigy.
Huh.
An effigy out of wood and straw.
Primarily for calves, eh?
For calves, yes, and corn husks.
Well, I mean, that just means that must be the greatest warriors. The calves are the greatest warriors of the tribe.
When they come of age and are able to finish a full meal.
Come of age, what is... it doesn't matter. They're great warriors. They must be.
Eventually.
Yes.
Probably a metaphor.
That's the attitude. How do I get on this wall? Or shrine, whatever it is.
Would you like a respectable calf's plate?
I would.
Outsider.
I would be honored.
Does it have chicken?
Is that some kind?
Chocolate milk.
Is that some kind of a challenge?
Indeed it is. The dwarves think that they are the race that are most willing to throw down. But I have been dead for years, and I am ready to challenge, especially a skinny elf boy.
Well, hold on. That's offensive. Settle down. The point is that Avantris True Strike is literally never scared. So whatever challenge you may put before me, I will win.
Well, then we will get you a plate of respectable calves.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'll have a regular plate, please.
Oh, he's scared. He's obviously very scared.
Like a dwarf to be
He
scared.
hides behind that beard, am I right?
Exactly right. He doesn't have any horns.
That's true. I don't have anything to say to that. He's just factually correct. I'm sorry.
And it's true, I don't have horns.
I'm sorry.
Would it be rude if I don't eat it all?
Yes, indeed. In fact,
Well, I've swallowed a frog whole earlier, and my tummy's upset.
Oh.
would you care to go to the purging chamber?
Is that a thing I could do?
Yes.
Okay, no. I didn't swallow it to then cough it back up.
I'm uncomfortable. Is this going to affect my meal?
Just, why don't you have a calf's plate?
Listen, I have a very... No, that's the large plate. Rhodex, settle down.
No,
You heard her. She swallowed a frog.
No,
Don't you dare impose that upon her.
Murder, you swallowed a frog.
Unbelievable. It's as if the hair is clogging his ears.
She worked up an appetite, is what I'm saying, by eating that frog.
Yeah, I'll just
And now she's very
I'll have
hungry.
whatever Rodek's having.
It's for the best.
I agree. I don't... Let us get this over with.
As he stomps up, and the
I'm at a loss. I don't understand why everyone's acting like this.
The
I'm
wind,
gonna end up on another wall.
the wind starts to pick up as you see that this chamber, the final rays of sunset are glimmering through this large opening into a large circular chamber built into this, almost like a large totem that's built up into this massive structure. And you step up and the wind starts to howl and swirl around, and you see 4 large wooden, almost carved wings stretch out, almost like 4 wings of a massive condor, as you see that all over this exposed chamber at the top of the structure are these beautifully intricate carvings and all painted carvings in a swirling circular pattern. As he steps forward in the center of this, and he says,
I commune with the ancients once more, and I do not know if you are able to ride the lightning like I am, and ride the storm like I am. But this has gone unused since I had perished. But it's time we return it to its proper glory. If you will all stand on the north, south, east, and west sides of this chamber.
I don't know the difference between my right and my left.
Stand by a wing. This is the perch of Tamaka.
Oh, we'd be honored, of
I'll
course.
take the north.
West is good with me.
Sylvie, perhaps you the south?
I'm not gonna do anything until he stops yelling at me every time I tell him I'm having a problem.
Just the way he talks, I don't think he means it in a derogatory way.
I told him that I swallowed a frog whole and he yelled at me
I
and
know.
woke him up.
He's just loud.
I told him I don't know the difference between
It's
my
all
right
right.
and my left.
It's okay.
And he said, get on a wing. I don't see any fucking birds here.
Oh, Roderick, you want to handle this
To
one?
be fair, you knew we were having a feast and you spoiled your appetite.
I was hopping across the path.
You could just not eat the frog.
No. What do I do?
Where did you find a frog up here? Oh, it's when you're out in the wild.
No.
Knowing her, she probably brought it with her.
It probably
It
slipped
got
out of
out
her
of
bag.
my bed when I pulled my book out.
No one's blaming anyone. Just go stand over there. And I point to the south.
Well, thank you. That was some constructive criticism or feedback or something.
I'm doing what I can. Annuin, you are the east, I'll be the west. Rodak, you got the north.
Aye, it's very appropriate.
Well, let us see if these old, long-dead bones can still do this. Let us ride the storm.
and he stomps. And as soon as his hoof clashes with the wood, you hear the crash of thunder as the ground shakes all around you, and storm clouds swirl all around. The wind howls. You see the flash of lightning all around you, as if you were surrounded by the presence of Tamaka itself. As suddenly it swirls and his spear starts to glow in that similar fashion, and he spins it around and stabs it into the center of this platform. And with a crash of thunder, you see lightning shoot out of the tip of the spear into the wood as it just swirl around and around, glowing and causing all of the intricate patterns and carvings in this large circular platform that you're standing on to glow, all from the central point, spiraling more and more and more out into intricate patterns. You see shapes of the spirits of the land, the spirits of the wild, the spirits of the sky, and the spirits of the ancestors, all in a perfect, harmonious circle, swirling all around you as it crackles with lightning. And suddenly with another, a crash of thunder, the wind dies down. And you hear the splintering of wood as the spear is pulled out. And he extends it down towards the carvings beneath you that are now glowing.
The spirits told me that you too could ride the lightning, and were storm riders yourselves. Now, perhaps you can make use of this.
And you swirl it down, and you look down at the swirling teleportation circle that is now at the top of Tamaka.
And we understand that it's a teleportation circle?
I would say whoever has the pocket watch immediately understands.
I think Sylvie still has it.
I'm chewing on the pocket watch as I looked at.
Oh, we could use this.
We're able to use this. We can attune our watch.
I am able, a watch, I am able to ride on lightning, ride on storms, to arrive back here. Through the power of the spirit, through the power of the land.
Sounds like we'll be able to do something similar.
I can't believe that you would allow us to teleport here to this high mountain. That's so cool.
You may all be outsiders, but you are honorary tribe members of the Earthshaker tribe.
Well, I have a horrible memory. So what number do we attune High Mountain to?
What do you think?
I think we have home is midnight or 1.
Oh, I got it
I
written
think
down
it's
here.
midnight.
Midnight.
And then,
Oh, I have them all written
and
down.
then
Hold on, I have them all.
Ogway.
I've got them all.
and then
I know it doesn't matter, but I've got them all.
Ogway is number 1 or number 2.
I'll pull it up real quick. Sorry, take it down. I know Mikey said that it doesn't matter, but I do have them all written down.
Yeah, this is
No,
flavor.
it does matter because
I
we
thought
need
so.
to know what number is which.
Nope, that's some parody stuff.
12 is the Dreamline Estate. 1 is Orpheus' stanky ass
We
lair.
don't know yet.
Which we destroyed.
Hold on.
No.
Yeah, no, we didn't use that one.
You destroyed his volcano lair.
Yes.
The hideout is still active.
In the catch.
In the catch.
Hold on, I've got it.
Oh, here it is. I got it.
Fuck you, I've got it.
Should I wait?
No, go ahead.
Okay, so
I do want to see if I
12
have
is
it
our
right there.
mansion, 1 is Orpheus' hideout, 2 is Ogway. That's all we have.
So this one will be number 3.
Agreed.
Because the word 3 rhymes with high.
He looks at all of you. You are all. You have hearts of lightning and thunder.
Yep, yeah, that's all I've got.
And he walks over to Annulin
Ogway.
and places a massive hand on her shoulder looking down.
And you yourself, young one, you were blessed by Tamaka. You have received his power as well.
Oh, what does that mean? I'm like whispering to the two of them. Is she all right? Is she sick?
Who?
She will show you in time.
Oh, all right.
But you are welcome in my city
I speak out of turn.
whenever you will.
Thank you. We appreciate it. We do have some things we'd like to discuss with you, maybe in private after the feast. No pressure.
Would you like to discuss now? Or shall we discuss at the feast? My warriors are trustworthy. My raiders would die for me.
Of course. Maybe
Where
it's
will
more of
you
a.
be the happiest?
Oh, great.
I will be
question.
happy eating the greatest feast
We
I
can
have
talk
not
at the
feasted.
feast.
Perfect. Lovely.
We'll talk at the feast.
Absolutely lovely.
You leave the perch of Tamaka as the swirling, lightning teleportation circle behind you still continues to crackle and glow in the beautiful depiction of the circle of life and death. As you make your way back down to the grand feast hall, immediately all of the warriors, men, women, young, old, all stand and wait for all 4 of you to enter. Orpheus is sitting off to the side at the very end of the very back table on a very small seat crowded by 2 large yak folk. But you have places of honor on either side at this large head table. You are all seated down and are brought any kind of anything that you request. Vandris, you get strips of axe beak tendon that have been treated in milled flour. And milled flour and seared in sunflower oil. You also
Please tell me there's ketchup. Please tell me there's ketchup.
you also experience these amazing long rectangular strips of a really earthy root vegetable that have been chopped and treated in that same sunflower oil.
Oh, wow.
And you also see a lovely pot in front of you. It is clay and it's filled with, you smell the most rich earthy tomato. the rich fruits, and you see.
Oh yeah.
Thank you for the follow.
Thank you for the follow, Gulliver.
And also, Friggles, if you're still there, I can't wait to see you at PAX. I'm so glad you're going to be there. That's awesome.
Thank you for bags.
And off to the side are these strange, curved bits of almost like dough, but kind of curled and hollowed, and mixed with yak cheese. You don't even know if it's the yak folk cheese or yak cheese.
Oh,
you don't care.
I don't care.
It is glistening.
Well, is this? But it's not very large, right?
No.
What is this? This is the challenge. This is it.
Yes, will you be a respectable yak? Are you a respectable calf?
Are you kidding me? I'll finish this in 10 minutes.
It will be a great honor.
Can I do more than one challenge? Is there more? Is that it?
Would you like to... Well, you can only do it once and you'll enter the shrine. That is a great rite of passage.
Well, I mean, the food looks lovely. Don't take this the wrong way. I thought it was going to be a challenge. This is going to be, but to have my face, carved in stone, made into whatever, doesn't matter. And I just begin to eat.
It is all delicious. You all enjoy. You are all given whatever kind of alcohols. There's this very rich wines, and you had experienced.
He has the calf meals, so he can't have alcohol. He has.
There is
milk.
a large, a wooden cup. It's actually quite large, and it's filled with like a steaming hot milk.
Delicious.
And there is a lid on it.
Oh, it's delicious. It's just a sippy. It's delicious.
With a reed.
It's the
a reed
yeah.
punched through a hole and drilled into this.
Oh, this is lovely. What is this drink?
It's what we feed all of our calves.
The greatest warriors.
Eventually.
I don't see anyone else with all of this. No matter. It's fine. It's fine.
What do our plates look like?
You get a haunch of elk. There are ribs. There are you actually get the sense that there are probably bits of Manchu beast that is provided in this. There are boars. There are some creatures that might be more monstrosity-like, but you get the sense that these are incredibly skilled hunters that can bring down a vast variety of beasts, and they are willing to eat. You eat really anything off the land.
As I'm taking one of my oblong cut root vegetables and dipping it into my tomato puree, I begin to narrowly look at the rest of my companions' plates. Oh, I see. No, these are great warriors, and the challenge must be that they have to subsist on such little amounts of food. Well, Avantris True Strike can do it. When do I get my my effigy in the spirit cave with all the greatest warriors?
He leans out.
When you clean your plate.
Well, that won't
And then
be
dessert.
What's for dessert?
Oh, you will see.
All right, and I begin to I finish on my plate before anybody's even a quarter of the way through.
And then you sit there and wait, and you are welcome to talk about whatever you'd like at this great feast.
I open my mouth and you see a frog leg stick out. I shove it back in.
Oh, gods.
Well,
I'm feeling all right.
Avantris, what did you want to talk to the chief about?
Oh, yes, of course. Well, no, keep eating.
I thought we were going to tell him that we were going to abandon him at the fight and sneak in through the back
without
door.
using those words, while I've already finished my warrior's meal, I'll take the lead. You all enjoy your
Well done, lad.
pathetic meals. Chieftain, my friend, I just wanted to say we are very gracious for this lovely, bountiful feast. And I've accepted and completed your challenge without issue, provided dessert isn't 10 gallons of yak jelly or something. But that's neither here nor there.
He just smacks you and just looks at you. Yak jelly.
Yeah. Yeah. So about the battle tomorrow. This is something that we've been
We ride tomorrow.
building up
There will
to.
not be a battle tomorrow.
Well, right.
You
well,
yell a lot.
let me just get to the point, I suppose. We want to thank you, first of all, for your support and be the willingness that you are to ride into battle ultimately against these fire giants. Our very good friend Annulin, her family is one of her family members is held captive, and that is where our attention must be. We would love to stand shoulder to shoulder with you in battle, but that's not where we're needed. The tiefling, the purple horned guy that was stealing your things and was in the jar, he knows where she is, and we have to get her back. And I don't want this to come across as some sort of distraction tactic or that we're leaving you without our support, because that's not the case. But we're here for a very specific reason, and we appreciate your support. And there are no words that I can come up with that would accurately describe the graciousness that I have. But we are needed inside Svarog itself. And I just don't want you to think that we're abandoning you, because we're not.
He takes a moment, he listens. He leans forward.
If we engage in combat and unite all of the tribes, the 2 surviving tribes, against Svarog, will you kill the Ifrita?
I promise, as my name is Avantris Truestrike, that more than one fire giant will die at my hand. And the Ifrita as well.
Aye.
The genie dies. However it happens, I will make it so.
He leans forward and oh shit!
And smack the camera.
And smacks the camera.
Our handshake was very, very powerful. Sorry.
It was manly.
It was very
As he pulls you forward.
You are truly a respectable calf, Avantris.
Great warrior, yes, thank
Yes.
you. I've proven myself in
Yes.
it. Well, I dipped that French
Eventually.
fry in the tomato sauce.
And he shakes your hand. His massive, strange kind of like 4-fingered yak hand. It grips incredibly tightly as he says,
But if there will need to be, I have a feeling that the Flame Keepers will meet us in the valley before we approach close enough to the gates of Svarog.
Oh, foreshadowing.
You said unite the tribes. Is there any chance to unite them with us?
We will see if they have honor left.
Well, they were clearly empowered by the Ifrita, and they were killing your brethren. You weren't alive to see it, but perhaps you should hear there was a battle.
I was informed.
Perhaps maybe your return is what's needed.
I am the only one that stands a chance of uniting our 2 tribes. Earthshaker and Flamekeeper, if there is hope of reuniting, it will be through my hand alone. They believe truly that it was the Streamrunner tribe that drowned me. They were tricked, deceived by the Ifrita, deceived by the slaver that keeps her family in bondage. Before I united all 3 of our tribes, we slaughtered each other like animals.
Do you want to hear a really cool story?
I love stories.
I once heard the story of a dwarf who killed a pudding with his butt.
Is that it?
Yep.
Well, perhaps we should have our great lore keepers flesh it out for you.
Was that dwarf you?
I don't think so.
That doesn't ring a bell.
I don't think I've killed any kind of pudding before.
So be it.
Let alone with my ass.
I have like a frothy mug or whatever.
Is that good? What?
It's delicious. I've never had anything like
Is it
it.
strong?
It's hot. I don't really, I'm not sure. Cheers.
Many will die if it comes to open warfare. I am prepared to make that sacrifice for myself and my people, for our honor has been besmirched. My honor has been besmirched.
Well, we don't want that. We certainly want to help. But I think where we're best, provided we can get where we need to go, where we're best going to be at use is striking the enemy at the heart and causing trouble from within.
Let us ride tomorrow.
Of course.
We will survey the battlefield. I will bring all of our able-bodied warriors. Only leave enough of a garrison here to defend against any threats. I will pledge all of our Manchu riders that are prepared to ride all the way to Svarog tomorrow.
Aye.
And when Orpheus says we need to depart, we'll split ways.
I will not shame you.
It will be all right. Because we will meet again. It won't be the end.
As soon as we're done taking out the Ifrita, we'll join you back in the field.
And I guarantee you they'll never see us coming.
Nope.
You stand by my side while I confront the Flame Keepers.
Of course.
I will do what I can to allow you to strike at the heart of the mountain.
Done. We're in agreement. That works perfectly.
We are in perfect agreement. If Chief Osol is still their leader, I believe he has honor left. He was a good man. I hope he still is. He will see reason. I hope. But genies are confounding, manipulating creatures. How much evil has she done? How much evil Grudo has done at her suggestion?
We don't even know her plan.
But we'll find out.
She's preparing for war, we know that.
But this is what we do. I mean, we'll go in, we'll understand the situation, and we'll diffuse it. Like always. This isn't a first for us. This isn't our first, what do you call it when you wrangle with the rope and the... No, it's fine. We've done this before is what I'm trying to say.
A rodeo?
Is that what they call it? We don't have those where I'm from. I just was at a loss for words. It doesn't matter.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, Freckles! Thank you so much!
Freckles just gifted
Holy
20
shit.
subs to the chat.
PAX Unplugged!
Bags Unplugged,
That's
Freckles!
Holy
Dabbing on the chat, dabbing on the chat,
Holy
Freckles,
damn.
dabbing on the
Get
chat,
in there,
dabbing on the chat. Thank you,
Why don't we
Freckles.
just
You're
take a-
phenomenal.
We're gonna take a moment.
As,
take it.
as
Yoga
these 20
Toadette.
Yoga Toadette!
Love it.
Is that Toadette in yoga pants?
Thank you
11,
so
one
much,
Blue, Doc
Freckles.
Dresden.
Thank you.
Grats everybody. Andy Twitchy.
Grats on
here.
guard!
Thank
Hey
you,
Mace, good to
thank
see you.
you. Hey.
Oh, on guard got a sub. Hey, so everyone show us
Your Hooters.
Show us your
And-
Show us your Hooters.
And join us after this stream for Avantris and Chill,
Yes.
which is a sub-only stream perk.
what is Avantris and Chill?
I'm glad you asked, Rich. I would be honored to tell you.
Andy, tell us.
Avantris and Chill is a stream segment that we do after every stream that we do that is for subs only. It's one of the many ways that we give back to our loyal, awesome people who support us. We talk about our favorite moments from the session. We talk about whatever's on our mind. You guys get to field us questions and comments, and we address all of them. It's a sweet little hangout session as we decompress from our awesome RP stuff and hang out with our subs. So it's one of the many things that you guys get access to being subs of our channel. So thank you. Thank you,
Freckles, you were
Freckles,
so
you are
kind.
so generous.
Thank you.
We don't
And
deserve you,
please,
Freckles.
I don't know if you were here in the beginning, but we are doing an Avantris meetup at PAX.
Yes.
It's on Friday
Yes.
at 4:30 at the Aloft Hotel in the lobby. So if you can, please come hang
We
out
would
with
love
us.
to see you.
Lobby
If you really
bar,
wanna
happy hour.
We're gonna have name tags so everyone can
Know each
express
other.
themselves.
Yes.
But
Yes.
I'm
please.
Richie, for those that don't know. This is Andy, if you guys don't know.
Also known as the Great Andini.
The Great Andini, or Vandris, or Vandy.
Yes,
Great
Freckles is
Vandini,
gonna wear their
Vandy Tom.
t-shirt.
Yes.
We'll be in ours too, I imagine. I'm gonna wear my shirt for
If I fit
the
in mine, I will
meetup.
wear it. It's been a rough couple months.
It's the holidays.
It's the holidays,
This is
everybody.
amazing. This
Thank
is
you
amazing.
so much.
Thank you,
Really,
guys.
Really,
And
nice.
this is, I don't like to brag. And he says this all the time. I don't like to brag, but we have the best community on the planet.
Yes.
Oh yeah, best community.
It's not about
Hands down.
bragging, it's a fact.
It's a fact.
Hands down.
We have the most awesome,
kindest-
supportive, generous community
Yes.
on Twitch. I
100%.
will put all of you up against anybody on Twitch, and you will be more generous and kind than any of them. I know it. I know it for a fact. I know it in my heart.
Your heart of hearts.
Heart of hearts.
I'll have to find mine.
Maybe it's in my room. I'll after the session, I'm gonna dig around and try to frantically do laundry and pack, and probably be up till 3 in the morning. But I don't got work tomorrow, so fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it.
Fuck you.
So we're drinking.
Yeah, we're leaving for PAX early, so
it
we
ain't
will
gonna
be
stop me
there.
from
We'll be
drinking.
early
Why don't you show
tomorrow.
off this bottle of this beer that we're drinking?
This is an indicator.
Can we see this, chat?
You can.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Here, I got you.
Yeah.
Here we go. This is a beer that I tasted today for the first time, thanks to the twins' birthday. It's Indicator, made by the lovely company Abita.
We love it.
We're not sponsored, but we love it.
We just love it.
They also make the Purple Haze,
Let's check this shit
which
out.
is
This
a
is my
favorite.
favorite
So, if you didn't know, Baron
Samedi
Samedi is on this label. They stole our IP. Our lawyers will be in touch with you, Abita. I'm just kidding. Please don't sue us. Purple Haze. It's a lovely raspberry beer.
So. Speaking of Cremmy, this is literally Cremmy's patron. From Feywild and the autofocus
And Ruga Rules patron.
and Ruga Rules
And we
patron.
gotta give it up for that Cremmy emote.
and the Cremmy.
And the Sylvie emote.
Oh, the Sylvie emote.
Well, thank you
Gotta
so
give it
much,
up.
Frickles.
Thank you, Frickles.
And thanks as we
You're
kind of
the
just take a
best.
break to kind of process that. It's great to kind of...
It is a raspberry beer. Yeah,
It is so good. It's a
very
raspberry
good.
lager. It's delightful.
I think the resub with wow.
Yeah, Frickles gifted Dusty the sub. That makes 13 times you've been with us, Dusty.
Get the gold. Look at that
Got a
gold.
Freaking
toast.
crazy.
Holy shit! From Ren, we love you guys.
I thought Girl's patron was Donga Below.
Well, yes. Yes, technically.
Spoilers, nose.
Spoilers, Nose. Nose, I wonder if anyone can beat Nose in a prime lore off.
Yeah, in a trivia game.
Well, here's the thing, right? I think
Besides me. He can beat all you guys.
He could probably beat all 5 of
Yeah.
us.
Oh,
Not-
yeah.
Not me.
Or sorry, 4 of us.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yikes. We're gonna cut that. We're gonna cut that. We're gonna cut that.
Corporate party. Yikes.
I have an idea. During the meetup, can I organize an Avantris lore quiz show?
Yes, please. It'd be fun.
Because you and I can work together. I'll just MC it, and then we can have a little prize or something.
We'll get hammered on
I
Thursday.
was
and
already
we'll just
planning
work
on
it.
bringing something to the meetups.
Okay, all right. Let's hold on. Everybody, don't go anywhere.
It's a strip lore off.
Yikes.
Yikes.
I would love
Nobody's beating me in a stripper contest.
Yikes.
But if you want to challenge me, I wouldn't be upset. No, we should actually do, during the meetup, depending on how it goes, we could do a lore off. I think that'd be tight.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for exciting shenanigans that are going to happen during PAX and our meetup.
If I'm involved, this feels weird because, how well do you know my fan fiction?
No, that's amazing. No, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. I'm telling you, it'll be fun.
Good luck with the Nixia, Frickles.
Frickles, get to the center.
Many whelps, handle it.
We just downed a Nixie last night. It was awesome.
More nuts.
It was awesome. Good luck.
So, we're getting back in the session.
Sorry.
Yes.
You are all eating.
Yes, we are.
And Chief Kodo has pledged to help you strike at the heart of Svarog. And you are all enjoying a meal. It's delightful. There's great uproarious. There is a bit of a, not quite a band, but there are just some flutes playing and a drummer in the side giving this, it's a serious battle warrior sort of a battle sort of song, but it's positive, it's uplifting, it's optimistic. And you're enjoying your meal. Unless there's anything you'd like to talk to him about while you feast.
Well, I think that as far as being heroes is concerned, because that's what we are, we've discussed the important things. I'm more concerned about finishing this challenge and getting dessert. Where do I go to get my likeness immortalized in your village?
Dessert! Time for dessert!
And he smashes on the table. Suddenly everything is cleared away by a number of smaller yak folk. These probably don't seem to be the warriors. As the warriors seem to be the higher caste in society, the raiders, and you see actually one of the yak folk that's very close to you at the probably a seat of honor is a raider Tonga, who you had saved at the bridge of Ordos, and who had led you to Tamaka, and she gives you a respectful nod as you see Orpheus in the back. He's he's almost being crushed. He's trying to eat his food and not piss off anybody. And eventually dessert is brought. It's mostly just very flavorful, like breads and pastries. However, for you, for the
I'm still a little hungry. I hope this dessert is going to fill me up the rest. Warriors must understand that they can't always eat on the road. I get it. I understand. That's
There
the challenge.
is a wooden bowl that is brought.
Oh.
And you see at the center is a scoop, and almost seems to be like spiritually chilled. Of like a colorfully treated frozen yak milk sorbet of sorts, and it's colorful. It is kind of it's kind of like a bright pinkish, and it is.
That's our rainbow axe beak flavored.
Well, it's not made with real axe beak, is it?
No, it's just for the calves.
Thank you. Oh, great. The great warriors, of course. Hold on while I savor the moment, of course. It's cold. I wasn't expecting that.
Yes.
Sylvie, would you like a Danish?
No, I'm still trying to digest this frog.
This is delightful. My goodness. And this is the end of the chat. That's it. Once I'm done.
But once you're done.
Well, I'll savor every moment. This is the easiest thing. What was it? The heart of the mountain fiery bullshit drink. That was harder than this. Easy. This is delightful.
I'm so proud of you, Avantris.
Oh, thank you. Wait till Seamus hears about this. I've been writing him letters, and I can't go. Once we eventually get back to Gullhaven, I have to have stories to tell him about how I almost lost a finger in the Shadowfell, how I'm on the wall of big boys for drinking liquor that no one can drink, and of course now finishing this warrior's meal.
You eventually finish the meal.
Well done, Avantris. You are truly a respectable calf.
That was
slaps
easy.
you on the back.
Jeez.
Come, Magtha.
And he waves over to an old yak folk woman.
Is this?
Stands up with graying fur.
It's happening now.
And she has a number of baskets.
That's fine.
Hold still. She places out the basket.
Of course. Make sure you get my good side, of course.
I guess I'll have to use fewer ingredients for this one. And she,
what does that mean?
You see her weaving bits of straw and corn husk and wood, and you see she's actually very dexterous for her old age.
Wow.
Well, hold on one moment. Oh, here we go. And with a final tie, you see a kind of like cornhusk doll of Avantris. And there's two little fronds that are pointing up for ears. Well, here to the shrine then.
May I see it?
Yes, come with me. Would your friends like to see the It is a
I
great...
would like to see nothing more than this moment.
Thank you, Sylvie. I appreciate all your support.
You, Avantris.
Thank you, Rodek.
Aye, this is an important moment in
Not
your life.
everyone can be immortalized in multiple cities in the Smolder Peak Valley.
Your name will soon precede you everywhere you go.
One can only hope.
It's in the title. Respectable.
Thank you.
What else could we say?
Well, do you guys remember that time when we were actual dolls and I had that piece of it doesn't matter. The point is that this is fantastic. Look at it. It looks just like me.
It's towards the back. Come.
Oh, towards the back. Okay. Oh, sure.
Yes,
lead the way, please.
And you see as she guides you back, and all of these, all of the warriors are kind of looking, and they know Magtha's her whole shtick.
I'm waving at them.
And they kind of look confused.
Doing like bows and doing very flourishy, yes, of course. I am the newest inductee. It's me, Avantris, True Strike.
I'm looking at people.
And you eventually arrive at a little alcove.
I'm gonna follow behind
in
him.
this chamber.
Respectable calf. Respectable calf. Respectable calf.
Boom.
Avantris is respectable calf.
I mean, you could just say
And I'm
great
just gonna-
warrior. It's
I'm
fine.
gonna keep saying that as I follow behind him.
The whole bard game.
It seems a
I don't know
little.
what you mean. Respectable calf. Respectable calf.
Just
Great
great warrior is easier to say. It's easier.
No, I
Respectable is
stumble
fine.
over the word
So
warrior.
as you eventually see an alcove, and actually Orpheus is about 5 feet away from you, in the back, shoved in the corner. There's a little alcove, and there's actually a carved wooden statue of what looks like an anthropomorphic Manchu beast with big, cartoony eyes. And he has
That's cute.
one hand in the thumb and one pointing, and it says, "Who's respectable? You're respectable."
Wow. Well, that's the style isn't quite what I expected, but nonetheless, I'm impressed.
And you see that in this large wooden slab, there's a number of similar doll style that are all considerably larger than yours. But they all look like
all of them.
little baby calves, like little baby cows. Yaks.
They're little doughy to be warriors, but it's probably fine.
And
I did it, guys.
Respectable calf.
Who would have thought that there would have been more than one wall of big boys in all of the Smolder Peak Mountain? I'm not going to question it.
it's a regional thing that we do. She places your doll amidst all of the little girls and boys.
First elf, I bet.
Yes, no, it's only been yak folk so far.
Well, got to make my name somehow,
Same
right?
with the wall of big boys. He was the first elf.
Out of all those dwarves?
Yeah, he is the only elf on the shelf in all of the place.
Well, you are a series of firsts, and you are a respectable calf.
And let the record show that Vandra's True Strike never backs down from a challenge. Literally never scared.
And because you have made your way into the shrine, you get a token. And she hands a wooden card token.
It's in like a plastic bag. You got
What? Please, describe for me this wooden token.
It's a wooden token, and it actually kind of opens up and spins around. There's actually some strange clockwork, like a little toy to it. And it spins around, and you see that carved into it is the same as the same anthropomorphic Manchu beast that says, Manny Manchu beast says, "You're respectable."
Wow. This is almost dwarvish in nature. Look, how did you...
Why do you
very
ever
crafty.
prepare for sessions when you have this gold? Why? What's the point, Mike?
This is lovely. I will keep this
You have
forever.
earned it, you respectable calf. And she like pets you daintily on the head.
That's very gentle for a great war. So be it. And I stick it in my pack. Oh, thank you. This has been lovely. I'm a little hungry still, but I'm not going to complain. Thank you. This is great. Look at that. I'm up on the wall. Again.
You hear a voice call, "I'm proud of you, Vanny Poo."
Thank you, Orpheus. You could never... Remember that time you almost died from drinking the liquor? Not this guy. And now that's 2 walls.
What are the chances that they have a wall of big boys analog here?
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
very convenient.
Bizarre.
But I'm proud either way, Vantris. Good job.
I just give him a thumbs up. Well, I thank all of you for joining me here. I won't take any more of our time.
We should get to sleep.
Yeah, I'm a little grumbly. That's fine.
Thank you for the resub, Sifa. Thank you.
No, that's part of the warrior challenge.
Right.
To
Warrior
fight on an empty stomach.
and a great warrior never complains. It'll
You
be fine.
hear a rumbling voice. A true respectable calf gets a good night's sleep.
That's true too. I was hoping to indulge maybe a little bit in wine before the battle.
I will send wine to your chambers. Will your purple friend be joining you?
In whose chambers? My chamber? I have to room with the purple tiefling.
Aye, send him down.
Yes.
Oh, well then yes, so
Well,
be it, I
you
guess.
can decide with whom you room. Ha ha ha.
Well, it's not my choice. Well, I guess we'll see what happens. Anyway, yeah, wine would be great.
Please take us down. We would like to go to sleep.
I will send someone. I will retire and meditate for the rest of the night. We ride right after sunrise. Get a good rest, especially you, the respectable calf.
Warrior, yes, great warrior. Thank you. Good
night.
Okay, he's gone. All right.
And he nods at all of you.
Honorary members of the Earthshaker tribe.
And he bows and he walks off to his chambers. You imagine it's probably the third tier of this structure.
Well, I was hoping that I'd get the chance to ask him if I proved myself with the challenge and whatnot, but I suppose there's always tomorrow. There's always another day. There's plenty of evil to be slain.
You are guided to a chamber in one. You actually are led out of this building. There's a number of buildings and structures and huts and tents that are all built up. And there's a very comfortable, cozy, tented chamber that has been built for you. There's a fire going at the middle. The smoke is going out of a hole. It's very pleasant and warm. There's a number of blankets that have been rolled out for you. And your mounts are hitched up right nearby. And I'm going to leave it here.
What you were saying?
Well, I think that the point is he just wants us to kill Ensiri.
Well,
That's all he wants.
That's fine. That's what we do.
And he's more than happy to clear. I mean, frankly, I'm surprised he was so okay with us leaving. before the fight even starts.
Well, yeah, I was expecting some resistance as well, but for what it's worth, I mean, they know what they need to do. They talk about glorious combat. They will achieve it. That's not where we're needed. That's not what we do.
Sylvie, do you think you could use your book to ask Baba Yaga for help for the Yak folks?
That's a great question.
Yeah, no, for sure I could. But she didn't write her name on the page for me to do that.
So you don't think you might just be able to contact her through the book?
Maybe because it's like her book, it just works anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, I could try, but then what if she doesn't say anything back to me? Then does that mean I'm not her favorite?
No, it just means that we're learning more about the book.
Do you think she has more Sylvies out there? And she gives books to all of her Sylvies?
No, there's only one Sylvie. We're all very aware of that.
Wow, I was so concerned you were gonna pause for a moment.
No, I would never even hesitate.
Wow.
No, you think she calls every gnome Star Child?
No way.
No, definitely
Absolutely not. Mm-mm.
You're very special.
Very.
Even Alphonse thought so.
Exceedingly.
Hey.
To be fair, that guy's a fucking creep. Was.
But he at least could tell. Even the first time we met him, he wanted to have brunch with Sylvie alone.
And that's when we left and I said, he's Dracula. And you all looked at me like I was completely wackadoo.
Well, we all looked at you and said, what's a Dracula?
Mostly because that sounds like a made-up word.
Hey.
It is.
Well,
But it is in reference to vampire.
And it accurately describes the creep that he was. He's very dead now.
Well, he was dead before he was Dracula.
He's extra dead now. We made sure of it.
Yeah, so anyway, I'm concerned that if I write to her, she will either write back and say, shut up, go to bed, or she just won't say anything at all.
Well, in the former, that's good advice for all little calves, and then we should all be doing that anyway.
I'm not a little calf.
But you can be.
I didn't eat the tiny child-sized meal. I swallowed a frog whole instead.
I'm going to choose to ignore all of that and tell you that you are a great warrior. I've been beside you. You're powerful. And getting rest is an important part of that.
I think they poisoned his tiny child-sized meal.
What?
Because he called me a warrior, and I'm a warlock.
Well, not in a metaphysical sense, as so much that you have a fighting spirit.
It's kind of confusing because they sound the same. So when we abbreviate, we call her a lock instead of a war. You know, there's war and there's lock.
Well...
Yeah, and there's
so
a Rick instead of cleric.
Aye. And they call you Rick.
And you produce magic, so we could call you Producer Rick.
It sounds accurate to me.
I suppose you could. I'm a producer Rick.
I'm not even going to question it.
Yeah, and you're a rouge.
Rogue. It's pronounced rogue. Roguish.
No, I've written it down before.
Someone of ill repute.
No, I've written it down before. It's rouge.
I've done a really good job, I think, turning around my reputation of ill repute.
It means a makeups that you bring a flush to your cheeks.
I don't do that.
No, you do that. I've seen you walk through town.
What?
Nothing, Rodek. It doesn't concern you. Keep your eyes on your own spell book.
Did you think no one noticed, Avantris? Never mind.
Unbelievable.
Anyway.
I do the same thing.
No, you don't. No one looks at you and gets the vapors.
Well, I think some people probably...
Nobody does.
No, they don't.
I've also walked through town with you. Anyway, the point is, I'll do it. Stop pressuring me.
And I open my book and I write in there,
Hello, Baba Yaga. I hope that you had a lovely dinner and that you're not currently sleeping, but you're laying your head down to sleep, and that you really want to talk to me right now, cause... Wait, what was the question?
If she could somehow help these yak folk
because she's a strong calf.
Can you somehow help these yak folk because you have a gurgling laugh? Sylvie.
I was trying to say she's a great warrior. I mean, that's how you appeal to the gods, right?
Well, she works in mysterious ways, isn't my luck?
And it beats the hells out of me.
Yeah, no, nothing happened.
Nothing.
No, and the page is still completely ruined with my shitty letter to someone who never got it. So, that's a page ruined!
No! Sylvie, no! Oh, dear Lord. All right.
Well, it was a nice try. Now we know.
experiment successful.
Let's
If you
all,
will.
but we should all be good cows, respectable cows, and get a good night's sleep.
Thank you.
Yep. If only the rest of us had a frosty delight before we went to bed.
It was surprisingly cold. I wasn't expecting that. It was delightful.
I tried to offer you a Danish.
Frozen milk.
I was still digesting the frog.
I think I'll go to bed.
I think I will as well, because that's what great warriors do. Good night.
all.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Turns.
Turns
turns over.
Z.
I got an 8 for sleep.
You all settle down. Eventually, it doesn't take much. Especially Avantris, you, the confidence after being a respectable calf, is your stomach grumbles a little bit as you all drift off to sleep. And Sylvia, you dream. As
Oh boy.
your consciousness drifts and fades, and then returns. You're in a swamp. It seems so familiar. You're bathed in radiating pink light, pink shimmering glow. And you see a silhouette in this beautiful light. It's Titania, in the same form that she came to you and granted you your powers. And you see it, it's radiant. You don't even have a sense of your person, though. And the swamp melts away. But that radiating silhouette of pink and beauty stays. Suddenly it gets smaller, smaller, smaller. So it's no larger than a foot tall. Butterfly wings. Tiny shape. Struggling. A pixie. Spritzing pixie dust. Still radiating with pink energy. Swallowed up. The light is gone. And you see a single pixie, eyes wide in fear. It's Lumi's face. It's Lumi's tiny body. Struggling. She looks about. She looks all around. Not sure. And then she looks down. Suddenly, bright light all around. Gleaming gold. A radiant summer day. Floods your vision. Floods your consciousness. And the tiny figure is not able to dodge, not able to move as a rose emerges. Golden in hue, spinning around as the rose swirls and swirls around and consumes Sylvie. Beautiful rose, petals, rich and full, thorny stem. And you stare. All is quiet. And you think, is it all over? Suddenly it shifts. And it shifts, and suddenly the beautiful golden rose starts to shift colors. The base of it, the thorny stem, the petals all shift from gold to another color. It swirls up into blue. Gold replaced, it shrinks and shrinks and shrinks and shrinks up. A bright, pale blue rose stands, consuming all the gold away. Until it then withers and dies. Petals fall, stem shrivels. And you now are suddenly in yourself. Your hand is outstretched. Magic swirls around your fingers. And you feel a presence behind you. And then you wake up.
Have I had a long rest?
You have not. It's in the middle of the night. Everyone else is asleep.
We're sharing a room.
Yes.
Or like an
it's
area?
like a tent.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
a kind of little
All right.
dwelling
All right.
situation.
I'm gonna crawl over and climb on top of Rodek's chest, and I'm going to stick both of my index fingers, one in each of his nostrils, and hold it there until he wakes up.
Sylvie.
Don't knock me off. I'm on you right now.
What are you? Is everything all right?
Yeah, no, I was sticking my index fingers in nose holes.
What? Why?
'Cause I have nightmares.
Are you all right?
Do I look alright?
I'll sit down.
Well, hold on, we gotta wake Avantris up.
I'm listening already.
Oh, yeah, you don't
doesn't
sleep.
really sleep.
Weird.
I was trying not to listen, but you're being awfully loud.
Thank God I wasn't trying to bone you or anything, Rodek. That would have gotten uncomfortable fast.
I'd have excused myself. Is it all right
That's
for me to...
what you say now that we know you're awake.
Well, okay. I'm out of it. All right, what's up?
I had a nightmare.
What's it about her?
Who?
Baba Yaga.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't see her.
Iron teeth, rum bottles, tell us everything.
But none of those were in the dream.
Well then,
Enlighten us.
tell us.
Well, I'm trying to, but you're asking me if there are lightning bugs in rum bottles.
I apologize
Did you say lightning
for
bugs?
assuming...
Or did I make up lightning bugs?
You made it up, but that's fine. Neither here nor there. Please tell us.
There weren't any lightning bugs in my dream. So, I had nowhere limbs. You know what I mean?
Sure, of course, yes.
Limbs?
Yeah. You know when you're in a dream and you're reaching for something, but you don't feel like you have any limbs? Nowhere limbs.
All right.
And so I was reaching for, so it was in the swamp. And it looked like the swamp where I got my powers. And it looked like Titania, like I told you before.
Where
And
you
she was
saw
there.
her, yeah.
And she's beautiful. And then she got a little witty bitty. And she turned into a pixie. And she was Lumi. And I was so excited. And I was reaching for her with my nowhere limbs. And then all of a sudden a golden rose, which means, well, we'll talk about that. Anyway, so golden rose came up out of the ground. And it engulfed her in its golden rosiness. And then all of a sudden it had turned to blue rose. And then it got bigger and bigger, but littler and littler, and it popped and was dead rose. And then my nowhere limbs became everywhere limbs, where actually they just became Sylvie limbs. And I was harnessing a magic's powers, and there was something behind me, and I woke up and I stuck my fingers in your nostrils.
Lumi must be all right, of course. Right?
What is Lumi?
I don't know. I haven't seen her. I sent her out to give someone a message, and she never came back. So,
Well, she disappears from time to time, and then
yeah.
where does she go, normally?
I don't know.
So,
Probably the Feywild, because I know she can go back there and stuff. Because she's gotten mad at me before for pulling her back out of it and sending her on a mission or killing her. But that was a one-time thing.
Maybe she's just existing there then.
Do you think she went back to the Feywild and was caught and was killed?
No, I don't think so. I mean, think about all the things we've been through. She's been alive through all of it.
Do you think there's enough skin on my book to be made from a pixie? Or does it look like it would have to be more than one pixie?
Listen, I'm certainly no hunter. Anulin might know a little bit more about this, but from the size of Lumi, there's no way that she would provide enough. I don't like where this is going. Skin to make a book. There's no way. No way.
Let's think about the imagery in the dream. Because you've had some awfully clairvoyant dreams in the past.
I know. I'm
So,
kind of a big deal.
Is it possible that Lumi is who you saw in the swamp that day?
What do you mean?
Meaning, in the swamp, when you thought you saw Titania, perhaps that was your patron using Lumi as like a conduit to trick you.
No. I don't know.
And the blue rose, we know.
Well, do you remember? Well, I guess you didn't really see her. I just ascribed her to you. But the thorn matron or maiden or mother or whatever, her hair was like beautiful rose and gold colored and stuff. So do you think the gold roses, do you think she captured Lumi?
Well, I mean, gold to
Do you think she knows that I spied on her and so she stole my pixie to pay me back for spying on her?
But the golden rose turned into a blue rose, which we saw in Madame Zostra's tent, right?
right? Which we know.
So maybe Baba Yaga's saying the Thorn Mother stole her pixie, and I'm going to kill her and get your pixie back.
So you think a gold rose represents the Thorn Mother?
No.
Meta, when we saw the scribe, was there any gold rose imagery with the Thorn Mother?
She had a massive hairdo of hair that was gold rose, and there were gold roses all over her throne room.
Well, for what it's
radiating
worth.
summer light.
So no, I would have no reason to believe gold roses had anything to do with the Thorn Mother. Right, Mike?
Well, then, Leanne, welcome to the Fam. Thank you very much for the follow.
For what it's worth, listen, I'm certainly no expert when it comes to these things, but the blue rose, if it means Madame Zastra, then it means Baba Yaga, and if you believe that she is looking out for you, that's a good thing. If the blue rose is overcoming whatever the other thing was, regardless of what it means, she's looking out for you.
I'm having a really hard time with this whole thing, okay? Because for the longest time, I thought my patron was a beautiful summer archfey, you know? And now I think that it's a crotchety old hag woman who likes chicken feet and weird creepy books. And I'm doing my hardest to like those things too.
It's traumatizing. We understand.
And then when I sleep and I see visions of beautiful things succumbing to darkness, I'm torn. I don't know where I was going with that
But
story,
this
though.
wasn't one of those things.
Well, it kind of was, because there's beautiful Lumi overcoming by beautiful gold rose and then getting trapped by blue rose that then died.
Can you bring Lumi back here right now?
You snap your finger.
To be fair, I've tried it at least 50 or so times
Since when?
over the past 3 days.
I'm sorry.
I didn't want to bring it up because I didn't think it was important, and also we've got a lot of stuff going on, and I don't want to cry over a pixie right now.
I'm sure she's fine.
Yeah, I agree. She's probably just living her life.
No, well,
She didn't like any of you at all, so
That's understandable.
Maybe she just doesn't want to hang out with you anymore.
Could be.
It's probably not me. It's you.
For what it's worth, I don't even like hanging out with Rodek. I can't imagine what it would be like for some creature from a different plane.
Yeah, it's definitely not me. It's you.
I don't mean it. You're all right. But still, it has to be Rodek. It must be. And me too. I'm terrible.
I think perhaps she is in trouble.
You think that's not going to help the situation? Think about what you're
We
saying.
have to be realistic.
So what do you propose? We go make sure she's all right.
No,
We can't.
No, of course we can. We can't just jaunt to another plane.
Well, it's not even that. Even if we could, which realistically we could if we wanted to, but we can't. Because Annulin's mom needs us right now. And
Agreed.
as much as I love Lumi, I have to trust that Baba Yaga will make sure she's okay. Though I really don't trust that at all.
maybe in danger was the wrong phrase.
Yes, I believe it might have been
My
Rodek.
point is, the poor mother she's up to something.
She's beautiful, and I don't think she can do any wrong.
Why would you think that the Thorn Mother is up to something? What does that even mean? What reason do you have to believe that everybody's against you? You're very paranoid.
He thinks everyone's against him.
He does.
Sylvie saw her go behind her throne down some weird, creepy tunnel.
Oh my gosh, let me tell you this story. There was this thing that happened once where a guy went down into a room in the bottom of his house. It's called a basement.
Correct.
That's the whole story. It's very similar to the one Rhoda just told us.
Thank
It
you.
has nothing to do with being evil.
Right, the bottom line is that just because Sylvie saw her descending stairs doesn't make her evil. You know how many stairs I've descended in my life?
Yeah.
It doesn't make me
She
evil.
seemingly changed Annulin's brother and made him so insensitive that he
no
won't even help
offense,
us.
Annulin, but her brother's kind of a tool.
I'm gonna second that. No offense, Annulin, but Robin was a jerk.
He was a jerk before the Thorn Mother.
Agreed.
He
Thorn Mother's always been in the
abandoned Annulin before all these did that is instead her dad. Sorry, her dad died because he left and stuff.
Well, we don't know all of that. The point
That's what
is,
she does. All I'm saying
You don't
is
know
I've
that.
followed leaders down dark stone tunnels underground before. And
You know what?
it's not good, is all I'm
Going
saying.
forward, My biggest phobia is of people going downstairs.
That's a strange phobia to have. After
Right.
everything we've seen.
And I was just kidding, because it's stupid, Rodek.
I gotta go with Sylvie on this one. I think you're grasping at straws, my friend.
Just don't throw away the meaning of your dream like that. Is all I'm saying.
I'm not throwing away the meaning of my dream. I literally tell you, a dark looming figure was over me right before I waked up. And all you can focus on is, well, at one point in your dream there was a golden rose. And someone with golden rose hair went down some stairs. That doesn't mean anything
And captured
at all.
Lumi inside the road.
The bottom line is I'm
Baby,
tired of
the golden
involving
rose
ourselves.
was protecting Lumi, and then Baba Yaga killed her.
I'm tired of involving ourselves in politics with which we have no idea what's going on. We don't know anything about Maka. We don't know anything about this thorn
Yeah,
mother.
I don't even know who Maka is. We keep talking about him, and I've never
Place.
met him before.
Not person, it's a place.
It's a Wood Elf City.
The bottom line is we don't know anything about this thorn mother. We don't. Yes, she's different. She looks
She's
different.
a fae, okay?
Right.
So by her very nature, she's good.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but
All right.
listen, I understand your concern, but the dream in this case seems like an okay thing to me. If the blue rose has some connection to Madame Zostra, and we believe that Baba Yaga is Madame Zostra.
Avantris. Okay, let's just be real here. Madame Zostra was Baba Yaga.
That's what I'm saying, right? So if we believe that,
No, but I think we know that.
so if we know this, then the dream wasn't a bad thing. The blue rose was ultimately what we
It
saw.
was
That's
on her
good.
table.
I'm failing to see where you're coming from. Please tell me.
I just think it's a wee bit suspicious that...
You just think someone going downstairs is suspicious.
No, I think the fact that Lumi's gone, all of a sudden you have a book, and then you get a dream with lots of imagery about both your patron and this elf leader that's seemingly harmless.
So, out of all those things, only one of them has to do with the Thorn Mother, allegedly. And yet, she's the villain, and not Baba Yaga?
I'm not saying she's a villain.
I thought we were trusting Baba Yaga.
Me too. But then he just spouts all these things about, oh, this is bad, and this is bad, and this is bad. And there were 4 of them, and only one of them had to do the Thorn Mother.
How about this? After we inevitably save Annulin's mother, because we will, because that's what we do, because we're heroes, we have to take her home anyway.
Aye.
We pay Ranmir and the Thorn Mother a visit, presenting Annulin's mother, and we prove that everything is all right. All right?
Would that make
That's
you feel
fine.
better?
I'm just saying, I don't think we should presume anything.
Do we not trust the Wood Elves with the heart? We gave them the heart. That horrible dark thing.
Yeah, so I don't want to then flip sides here.
You're making me nervous.
But
Think about before you say anything, Kira, because I'm backing you really hard here.
But I will say, I don't know if we should have given the Wood Elves the heart.
Sylvie, you're killing me.
Like, I totally get not being paranoid by someone going downstairs. But I am a little worried about giving them this monstrous heart that killed Lumi and told us some horrific things, that the Covenant of Whispers was protected, and oh my gosh, they were hags and Baba Yaga's a hag, and this is a fae and all the faes. Oh no. Maybe going downstairs is a bad thing.
So then we'll pay the heart a visit as well. They have to still have it, correct?
I just picked up a knife.
Okay. Well, maybe put it down.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let's get some sleep.
Please.
I just hope Lumi's okay. And I don't mean to worry. You know me, I'm a worrier.
Go. Now hold on. Don't go down those stairs.
Pretty good impression. I knew who you were doing.
With all of the speak of the hunger below, I don't think it's something to make light of.
I'll give you that.
I
That's fair.
understand.
If we're talking in a very metaphysical sense, then so be it.
There are dark things underground, deep underground. There are dark dwarves, corrupted by greed, and we've killed several. Who knows what else could be down there? That's all I'm saying.
I didn't say... Wait, okay, so now you're equating walking into her downstairs apartment to be the same thing as going into the hunker
No, I'm
below
drawing a
and being the
parallel.
horrible, stinky dwarf that's me?
I'm drawing a parallel. I don't know.
See, I was slowly moving to your side, and then you start spewing gibberish.
Let's go to sleep.
You guys are killing me. I'm already awake. What do you expect me to do for the rest of the night?
Twiddle your
Go
thumbs.
for it.
What else you do?
Son of a gun, and I leave the tent and I go walk amongst the camp because I'm awake now. I've got nothing left. It's been 4 hours. I'm wide awake. I'm pissed.
You all, the two of you, finish your long rest, and undisturbed by dreams. Vandris, you walk around. Many of the yak folk are up well before dawn.
I go meet some people. I introduce
You
myself.
mingle. They're like, "Oh, you're the respectable calf."
Yes! Yeah, of course I am. It's a pleasure
The
to meet
outsider
you.
made respect the shrine of the respectable calf.
Thank you. It was an honor. Truly.
done.
Truly honored. Truly
You
honored.
should be honored. It is a great rite of passage.
Thank you. Thank you.
And you check on the mounts. They're all sleeping in their
Try
various
some
states.
fishing. Do
Yeah.
a little fishing.
I'll say you probably catch about 3 fish.
Oh,
there's
perfect.
there's a number of streams that run through Tamaka. It's actually a beautiful place, frankly. And you can see it, especially at night, even though you kind of hear the distant clanging of metal as the armor, the weapons and the armor gets ready to go, and the Manchu beasts are getting rallied for war. It actually still feels this level of peacefulness to it. And you eventually... all are awakened right before dawn. The hues of violet are entering your small dwelling as you all wake up. And Orpheus is like, 5 more minutes, please. Do we really have to leave so early? And you hear the rumbling of the stomping footprints of these beasts. They all seem to be forming ranks outside of the main entrance of this massive mesa.
Get up, Orpheus.
Yeah. No, fine.
It's time to go.
Yes, so well, I don't have to fight anybody, so I'll sleep on the ride.
And he starts packing up his things, and gets all ready. And you all are easily able to grab your mounts, and you eventually mount your respective mounts. And you see as this large, this massive central mesa that you're on, there are rows and rows and rows and rows of these great warriors and raiders, hundreds, maybe even over 1,000, all over the various, all over every various bit of cliff. It's sprawling back into the cliffs and the mountains of behind Tamaka, and you see that there's also more out in the valley pathway out ahead of you, and you hear the crash of thunder, and you see an arc of lightning streak through the sky, and you see Kodo ride up on his blue-scaled beast as he greets all of you.
Are you all ready to ride?
Absolutely.
Aye. You'll lead the way and we'll follow.
I will lead the charge. We may all die before we can enjoy another feast, but it will be in glorious battle.
I certainly don't have any plans on dying, but yes, that sounds lovely. Absolutely, lead the way.
I'm glad we have your strength on our side.
Stay close to me, outsiders.
All right, Rambi. Let's go. I'll give him a scratch and all.
And you see him kick the sides of his beast, and he rides forward, and you hear his voice boom out, definitely enhanced by some form of magic, as he says,
Earthshaker tribe! War has come! Vengeance is our goal! It was the will of Enziri, the will of Grudo, the will of Svarog, that tore apart our tribes, tore apart our city, and tore apart our people. Let us do justice as the spirits of land, spirits of air, spirits of beasts, and spirits of the ancestor dictate. We will achieve vengeance. And these outsiders will help us. Will you all ride with me
war drums boom out as every single warrior has their weapon sheaths and they're pounding on drums that are attached to these massive beasts, and it echoes. It almost looks like there's a massive storm through the canyons and mesas and bluffs of this whole area, and without a single word, you hear a "Ha!" as the Manchu beast almost thunders and charges out across the massive bridge out of Tamaka, down the winding pathway, and you hear the rumbling stampede of hundreds of warriors and raiders, Yakfo's mounted Manchu beasts, as they all file in behind you, as you all ride on your own mounts, and you begin your charge. You all begin to ride at the break of dawn. The sun crests over the peaks of the smaller peaks as you see the morning sun bathe you, and it feels glorious as you know you're riding towards your purpose. And you begin to ride and ride and ride, and it takes hours as the sun rises up and reaches its zenith in the sky and then continues to go down as you run your mounts harder and harder. They are exhausted, but there's a sense of determination in them, almost enhanced by the spirits of the land themselves, as they push forward. And eventually you turn around a bend and you see ahead of you, as I change my music,
Turn that shit up.
you begin to the thundering stampede behind you as you turn around a bend and you see the massive plumes of smoke in the sky well before you see it. And then you see the mountain ranges to your left, to your right, far closer, converging. Massive ancient mountains. But at the center, a mountain far larger than any else in the range that you've seen. Smoldering, billowing plumes of smoke, and you see lava plumes rise, just inking down in bright red plumes before cooling off as you see a massive volcano ahead of you that puts Undertow Isle to shame utterly, as a massive valley before you emerges, and there's something in the air that starts to drift as you ride forward, and your mounts kick up dust, but it's not dust. You grab it. It's ash, black and charred. You see stumps of trees for miles and miles and miles, as far as you can see in this valley. As it seems just stumps, as if they've been, the trees have been all carved away. Ancient forests, sprawling for as far as you could see. Horizon to horizon, mountain range to mountain range, completely cleared and then burned to fuel the great forges of Svarog, as you see the volcano up ahead. And you continue to ride, and you see Chief Kodo, Storm Rider, look back at you, and he gives you a knowing look, a knowing nod, as he keeps his eyes at the volcano, and he lets out another bellowing war cry, and the drums of war pound louder and louder as they begin to charge down into this large valley. And you all continue to ride. And then suddenly you feel a rumbling in the earth. It's not coming from up ahead. It's coming off to the southern range of the Smolder Peaks. And you feel a massive rumbling as pebbles and rocks and boulders begin to fall down as this valley around you starts to shake. And immediately, Chief Kodo shouts out, "They're here! It's an ambush!" As he turns around, and you all turn. Every single mount of the Earthshaker tribe and yourselves turn your mounts around, and you see thundering along down the slopes of the southern mountain range a fleet of monster beasts, as numerous as the ones that you're riding with, but with ashen gray skin, cracked with glowing orange. Smoking mouths, ridden by blazing-eyed yak folk, as they ride toward you with great banners bearing the sigil of the Ifrita and Ziri, as they thunder towards you. And you realize it's not just them. They're not alone. You see other beasts riding along with them. Slavering, snickering maws, hyenas, blazing eyes, glowing with the same sort of magma and fire, ridden by dragonborn human. And then the sky above you, oh, that's not ash, swirling swarms of figures, flapping, armed, bows, spears, swords, all blazing with fire. And as they fly overhead, descending towards you, you see that throughout there are also riders that are elves, dwarves, manacled collars, manacled wrists and ankles, still wielding weapons. As they all ride towards you, you see Aarakocra flying alongside these Manchu Beast Yakfolk riders, and then you see the full force of the caravan joining the forces of the Flamekeeper tribe as they ride towards you. And then you see at the head of these Aarakocra, they're all flying and swarming in a cloud, a single figure, wreathed in flame, blazing brilliant wings, glowing eyes, long extended neck, jagged beak, sick, hate-filled eyes, as you see a familiar face. The leader of the caravan, Ickis.
Son of a gun.
And that is where we'll end the session.
No fucking way.
And thank you so much for the raid, Dice Priority. I'm sorry that we ended it early tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for raiding
We're
us.
headed to PAX Unplugged tomorrow.
We're headed to PAX Unplugged tomorrow. It's so great to have you guys.
Thank
and
you.
everyone watching.
Why should we kill
We're not done. We're not done.
We're not done.
Ickis, we had the fucking chance.
So we saw basically two full kind of armies, or two full forces.
It seems as if it's basically one full army made up of these two forces.
Oh, thank you so much for the
Wormwood.
raid.
Thank you.
We
Welcome.
literally just ended.
Yeah, everybody's getting ready for PAX Unplugged tomorrow, man.
If you want to drop a follow, though, we would really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Join our Discord, hang out, and we're not done.
We're not done.
We're not done. So
We're not done.
What's next?
What's next
We
is
have Avantris and Chill.
Thank
We
you,
play
Stunkin,
Dungeons and
for the
Dragons, and we're going to be at PAX Unplugged. So coming out with us at PAX Unplugged.
Yeah, everybody's kind
Thank
of
you,
turning
Wolverine.
in early tonight to get prepped for the drive to Philly tomorrow.
PAX Unplugged is gonna be so fun.
Because it's going to be lit, as the kids say.
Oh,
So, yeah.
thank you for the resub.
Thank you for the resub. World Designer, thank
It's
you for
so
the
good to
follow.
see everybody.
We got some more follows. Who else we got here?
Let's talk about our meetup.
Yes,
we have a
should.
meetup at PAX Unplugged.
Yeah, so Friday at 4:30 p.m. at the Aloft. We're gonna hang out in their lobby bar / area. So you don't need to be 21, to join. We're doing an Avantris meetup. So if you guys are, the Aloft is literally right around the corner from the convention center. So it's a quick jaunt. We would love to meet all of you in person. We want to see your faces and put tags to names.
Yes.
So please show up. Come introduce yourselves. We want to say hi. We want to give you hugs and high fives and handshakes and just have a good time at the meetup.
Yeah.
So 4:30 at the Aloft, right around the corner.
If you're PAX Unplugged.
Yeah.
If you're not, we actually just at 3,000 followers. We're doing a giveaway.
We're also going to be running some games, not officially for PAX Unplugged. We're just doing it for fun.
We're trying to grab some tables.
Follow us on Twitter, and we'll be announcing where we're at and what we're doing. So if you want to play some D&D with us this weekend, please come do that, because we would love to play D&D with you. Northwatch.
Thank you so
for the
much. Red
sub
Hood,
again.
thank you for the follow.
I know that
Thank you
all
for the congrats.
I'd ever want is to play D&D with the people who we interact with regularly over Twitch.
Yes,
so
Absolutely.
100%.
we're looking forward to it.
Nuclear Nova, thank you
you for
so
the
much.
follow.
Thank you
Thank
so much for the
you.
follow.
We had a crazy cliffhanger at the end of our session.
Yeah.
I was so sad that you missed it.
Yes.
But hopefully you'll hang out with us. and
Normally we
find out
play
what's
for
happening.
another hour or so,
another
but
half hour.
we gotta get up early tomorrow packing and make our way to Philly.
Yeah, I don't want to pack.
It's gonna be.
But we appreciate all the follows.
Oh,
and
yeah.
we play Dungeons and Dragons every Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yes.
Next week we have Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday.
Yes.
We play a lot of Dungeons and Dragons, a lot of heavy role play, a lot of fun voices. So
What
we
is our-
appreciate your follows.
We have Beneath Dark Wings.
next weekend.
Next weekend.
We do.
Yes,
I don't pay attention to our
It's going to
calendar.
be
That's
BDW
awesome.
and Strahd, I believe. Another double.
We have 4 sessions next week.
Another
after
double
Pets
header.
Unplugged.
Yeah.
Yikes.
So
We're gonna be exhausted.
It's going to be exhausting, but it's going to be a lot of fun D&D for all of you and for all of us because we live Dungeons and Dragons.
So, well, thank you
Absolutely.
everyone for being here. We're going to jump over to Avantris and chill.
Don't go anywhere.
So if you're a sub, you can hang
Yeah.
out with us there. If you're not, you get a 5-minute preview. So
Stay
hang out
tuned.
with us some more, and we'll see you at PAX, hopefully. Bye.
See you guys.